Hello, hello. Thanks for having me. Need, thank you. Need something funky. There's always something happening with the ship, right? STV's good. Always got to keep it at my right side, but for the most part, pretty good.
Hello, hello. Yes, Unz music is really good for what is it, 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday for me. I have my Mountain Dew. I've been mainlining Mountain Dew while we were getting ready for this. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, actually, now, Lynn's, I know since I sent you that picture of me receiving the T-shirts, you see what I mean? How my real in-game avatar looks very much like me. I got very lucky. Yeah, like if I was 6 foot tall, I would look exactly like my avatar. He's here. He's here. He's here. He's just muted.
Yeah. All right. Hello.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough. I don't need that many accolades. Yeah, but Master Tea Maker's pretty good. I'll take that. No, no, I've already made it. Already made it. Spiked with some whiskey just for some extra fun. Um, I'm an okay pilot.
I just tuned into it. I thought I heard it.
Yeah,
Um,
it
Uh,
wouldn't be the same
yeah,
if
no,
it worked.
I'm an okay pilot.
yeah, there is no sound on the YouTube one. I just tuned into it. I thought I heard it. Yeah,
Yeah,
now I hear it. Now it is
Um,
double.
it wouldn't be the same if
Yeah, no,
it worked.
I'm an okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. LensNation is probably the only person. Lens is the only person that can get me up at 7 in the morning these days. So I'm here. I'm here and awake.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's me. That's me. I play Richard Dash, and oh, it was it was fun. It was fun work. It was a lot more work for Lens, obviously. I just acted a little bit.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, it's working for me too. Me doing that.
You should be able to hear me now. This is perfect. This is it. This is the peak of technicality.
Lens, what we need you to do now is resist the urge to introduce everybody a third time.
No, I'm not doing that. No, guys, top hanger giveaway stuff. Fatbird, Richard Dash. We have already done that. We're moving on. We will be here for the 3-hour stream like the Star Citizen did. Okay, just check. Can you hear me on YouTube? Can you hear me on Twitch? Is everything okay? Just somebody let me know. Put me out of my misery. And until then, I will move on. And introducing to you, yes?
Oh no, I was just reading the Twitch chat. Tim was saying that YouTube has audio now too.
All right, great. All right, because I really like to make these complicated interfaces and complicated audio channels. I'm not as good as Echo, and I wish Echo was here today. Oh, just wait. She might actually be. She's here. Yeah, Echo's here too. Okay, I'm gonna jump and we'll come back. But Echo, I'm gonna introduce you properly. But before that, let me do James August. So my very first real friend in Star Citizen. True story, all the way from East Coast, and I have really pushed him to become a voiceover actor. He's not a voiceover actor and he hates me for it, but I love the texture of his voice. Here he is, James August, Mistrust. That's his in-game name. Welcome.
Hello. Nice to meet everybody.
He talks a lot. He talks a lot,
Yeah,
guys.
Loads.
Yeah.
Full of words.
And after that, we do also have, you heard her, really, really good friend, also from Australia, but from Adelaide. This is an Aussie stream. The whole and soul, part of it, but very important part of Anzia Racing, who always encourages people to race. Practice every single day, get a little better every single day, get better over time. EchoBit, welcome Echo.
Welcome everyone, presiding officer of Anza Racing, professional racer, Australian VTuber. Nice to meet you, lovely to be here.
Fantastic. Echo is amazing. She controls when she streams Anzia Racing's races. I don't have no idea how she manages it all. And I can't control just one single stream, but 07 to you for being here. And in the end, we also have our moderator today, of a really good friend who always helps out in all the shoots and pretty much is... The only fault he has is that he's in absolutely the wrong time zone. Simatus. Hello, Sim.
Hello.
Sim will be keeping an eye on the chat. Because this is, you guys can ask any questions. If any fun stories about Top Hangar, we will talk to the chat as much as possible. So Sim can point it out if we miss anything. Also, Sim is the dungeon master because we do Star Citizen D&D stream every Saturday, every other Saturday. So next Saturday, this time we will be doing the Star Citizen D&D, and he's the guy who's made it all. He spent $300 doing that. So once again, thank you for that.
No problem. It's good fun doing it when it works.
Yeah, it works. It works better than my streams. Hey, Naomi. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears. Everybody in the chat, welcome. As I said, we were trying. Hey, Echo Eye, it's been a long time. We're trying to just talk about Top Hangar, and we are here to tell you guys what a disaster of a shoot it was, and we'll see how that goes. So anybody in the chat, ask us questions. Now the host of this stream will be the Fatbird, and I will let Fatbird do whatever he wants. If you want me to switch something, show me something, I will be in your command. If you want me to give you half of my property, I will have to do that. Over to you, Fat.
Well, I have Top Hangar episode 2 pulled up, and so I was trying to refresh my memory here.
Mm-hmm.
And the first question I have for you is, I was always fascinated by the setup you did, the stage. The one thing I always want to wonder is like how long it took you to set that up and how many times you had to reset all the furniture. 'Cause I'm sure it bounced and slid around. I'm kind of curious about that.
Robert, did you help me with that, or was it Summer who helped me with that?
No, but when I came to help you shoot the bit, stuff was jumping around on your screen, but not on mine, and you couldn't use any of the footage. After I left, you found a different server and stuff stopped jumping around. You were describing how hard it was to get everything to stay put.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. That's the right Fat, because the hangars in this section where we did that whole setup. Let me pull up the footage for that while I talk about it. So when we did that,
especially on the table, like you had all the envelopes on the table, the data pads. It's like the times I've put just more than 2 items on a like non-hard surface, it just explodes. So I was like, wow. That's impressive.
It does that. So the thing is, let me pull up some footage. Because there are a couple of really fun stories with this. Now it's fun, right? It was not fun while doing it. It was not. It was horrible. Took me 3 hours to set it up. It was me and Summer, now I remember, because it was me and my son who did this whole setup, and a lot of the design was his idea. Let me pull up the footage because he wanted it. Well, Top Hangar started because of Summer. He wanted to do it. It was his idea that he wanted to do Top Gear in Star Citizen, and then I just thought, yeah, that's a very cool idea. Is it okay if I change the source to? Here is the set. This is on raw footage. This bed, this is him. He's like, I want that bed there, and that medical trolley as well, because he's like, nah, I want these 2 things sitting there. Atlas, he did most of the set design. Okay, now to tell you about the truth about the things falling around, this gun, it's not meant to be there. It was actually sitting here, but it kept falling off throughout the shoot. So it was sitting on top of this. Also a shout out to Shutterbug Alliance, because most of this stuff I won as a giveaway from their giveaways. These 2 pulse bikes, yep. So everything kept moving. If you watch the video, you will see these things keep moving around throughout the shoot. Throughout the video, they're moving. This cube's not there, literally goes to the edge, and it's so from this angle you can't tell, but the table and the couch there's quite a lot of distance between them, because I don't know if it's a bonding box thing or collision thing. If they're close to each other, whenever somebody walks here or you're trying to sit, everything just goes kaboom.
I think it's also the character animations.
Probably.
Take up a lot of room to do the action and get it up or sitting down.
Yeah, so this is more like a forced perspective that I've done. You can tell from my chair, like that's quite... Okay, the funniest thing...
You can tell from the shadow how far... It's an entire table away from us.
Yeah. It was very, very far away. That was a solution that we found that worked. Because, yeah, we had to move it while shooting because things would just not stay afloat. They will just keep going away and just falling off. I'll tell you another fun story because this couch was just dancing around. That's what Rob was talking about. This will just not stay still.
Could you even use your hangar? Because like I know
Yeah.
whenever I try to set things up, if I landed a ship in there, this sort of jet wash would knock everything over.
Dude.
Oh,
So
I think this hangar, Liz, is it an extra large?
yeah, this is an extra large. When I used to be rich, I had very big hangars back then. Because, yeah.
But that was the thing, is the rule in this hangar was you can't actually spawn anything large in here, or all this stuff would blow away.
Yeah.
This is off in the corner of an extra large, so you can spawn something small in there and take off if you've never got anywhere near this. But yeah.
Dude, okay,
I feel
now
like that would have been
here's
that
the
would have been such like a funny thing at the end because he was probably so frustrated with the shoot, just to, like,
Yeah.
land a big ship just to blow it all away.
No, I left it there. Dude, I left it there because I wasn't sure I was still editing it. If I need to go back in and shoot something again. Now, so I set everything up, right? I set everything up, and then I had the idea. Ooh, let me park the Pulse. Okay, one of these Pulse bikes is from Echo. It's actually a gift from Echo. Thank you for that, Echo. So.
Hey, Pulse Bike.
Yeah, I think it's the Alex that you gave me, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna. Oh, can you see the screen moving, by the way?
Yes.
The screen slowly, the couch dancing, slightly. Can you see it? It's actually happening in the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I
so
see
is the
it
banner.
flickering around, yeah.
It's a mimic.
I'm not doing anything. This
It's a mimic.
this thingy here, the mining head, they will notorious. They once, this was a very bad choice, like, but it was too cool to not use it. They all just kept dancing. Now, when I had the idea, let me park the Pulse here, right? What you were talking about. So brought the Pulse through here, and I was trying to turn it around, and the jet wash and everything gone.
And and the worst part about it was you could say use the Atlas to tractor it over there, but then it won't be upright whenever you set it down.
It was crazy, man.
Because the Pulse bike is broken, and the reason it's broken is because I paid for one with real money. Everything I've paid for with real money since my starter pack has been broken. My 315P is broken. My Sulin was broken for a while. The Pulse bike is broken. Yeah.
Okay,
And
and
also, I forget if if this time period when you shot this is when that little Atlas bug existed, where sometimes you get in the Atlas and it would go like Mach 3 forward and just destroy everything in its path.
I wouldn't
I
know
never saw
about it.
that.
No. So I just parked the
No, you're
Atlas
lucky.
there and just left it there. I just
That
left it
sounds-
there.
that sounds
Yeah.
terrifying and hilarious.
You see,
It's an instant kill.
here. So this was the camera, right? This is the camera, and you'll see that the whole screen will just keep moving. The couch will be moving. The screen will start moving on its own, and we found out the issue. We did find the issue eventually. The issue was this Drake chair. This chair was moving, and because my character is sitting on it, and I'm using this character's camera, the whole screen was moving. You see it moving now? Ever so slightly?
That makes sense.
It was
Oh, yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
It's coordinate locked on that character, yeah.
Because
Subject of Pulse bikes, how excited are you, Echo, for the Star Kit and Pulse?
I really want the new liveries. I want the new Starkiller racing gear. Sergi are hiding so much racing stuff from me.
Did you jump off the
I'm
back of your
getting-
chair in it?
I was there. I was on X the second it came out and posted it immediately on socials, saying, "Give me that. I want it."
amazing. I just want to say hello to Doc on YouTube, Echo I Players on YouTube, Naomi on YouTube. I will try to catch up with you all whenever I get the chance. Real Mr. Kraken is here. Hey, How are you doing? Amazing job with the infographic on supply or die. Beautiful graphic that you've done. Welcome. Okay, your mic is blowing out. Okay, I can fix that. Thank you, Kraken. Thank you so much. He's a technical, he's a master streamer. I'm reducing my audio.
Kraken, it's kind of interesting because here in Discord, I've been just moving everybody around. Oh, I see. Yes, I've got Lens at 51% volume and everybody else in the middle to keep it balanced.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's why I didn't hear a problem.
Okay, I have adjusted the audio levels, Kraken. If you can just post and let me know. But thank you so much for that nugget. Yeah, this is LensNation stream. Expect everything to go crazy. My streams are the complete opposite of my machinima. There you go.
You're also, your audio is clipping a lot less. You maybe could stand to come down a hair more.
You know why? Because my fan is working. My fan is on. It's too hot here. Let me turn it off.
I got you.
Strictly professional. It's the only LensNation way.
Very professional, yeah. Okay, hopefully the ambient sound
For
will be gone now.
a guy that hates Drake, his whole setup's held together with gaff tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no physical grid on this part of the hangar. Like there's just no physicality there. Things just bounce around and it's just crazy. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's I think we talked about this before, but there's a lot of valuable things in Star Citizen. People are looking for weevil eggs and whatnot, and we had a chat about this. And I was like, the most valuable thing to me is the props. And sometimes I will guard them with dear life. When I had the C1 with everything set up in the interior, and I wasn't sure until I was done with it what to do with it. So I was just like always nervous flying it around. I had it all set up, and I'm sure obviously that was the same. I mean, a little easier with a hangar. You don't have to worry about it getting blown up. But again, yeah, just flying the pulse bike around, you could completely decimate your whole set.
I mean, you would think the couch wouldn't blow away by the pulse, but no, it was everything just it was on the other side of the hangar when I did that. It was very heartbreaking because pulse they were the last thing that I wanted to park in the end, and I had everything set up and everything. I had to redo the whole thing. There was also a what is that plushie called? Piku? Is it a Piku? Right?
Pico?
Pico, yeah. Right. So that was also there apparently, but it just wouldn't sit upright. Hold on, so it was sitting here on this CitizenCon black box, but it just would fall off. And I wanted to put the Vala car there and the whale thingy as well, but they wouldn't stay anywhere. They would just glitch into the ground. So like right now you can see that Cube has moved.
You're drunk.
Yeah, this is a Carrack miniature Carrack. This thing right here. There was also a Mirai. What's that ship called? Fury. Fury is also parked on the side. I think you did get to see that in the video. There. So this was also parked there. This was my favorite part of the set. Just having the Mirai sit there.
I'm still amazed that didn't just vibrate itself to death.
No.
I mean, I've tried doing one, like I said, one or two items, and they would sit there and start to it was almost like this frequency. They would just start to just
crazy
vibrate like crazy until it all explodes. But I have another question for you. Short of the hangar set, something I always experience in Star Citizen when I do mine is sometimes what looks like the most mundane shot ends up being the hardest. Like some people will say, oh yeah, getting the stunts or the flying is the hard part, and there's some times where I can get hung up on something that looks simple, and I'm wondering, besides that hangar shot, what in that video was one of the harder things to do that may not be expected from someone who watched it?
First, you need to give me that answer. From your machinima, you tell me your most mundane shot that you thought was going to be easy, right? Am I right, guys? You tell us, and then we'll tell ours.
Oh, let me think about it. So if I go to Spirit Breaker, hang on, let me remember because I don't remember my own stuff sometimes.
I don't remember specifics, but I remember every time we would do a stunt, like Lynn's, if you recall that one where it was the Herald falling and turning and burning away from the
Oh
camera.
yes, yes.
That's the
That's
only that's the only stunt we ever did that I ever helped you with that took more than one try. But
yes,
it was
that was
very
epic.
complicated on
Very
timing.
complicated
Yeah,
shot. Actually, I would love to show.
yeah.
Where is that shot? I would love to show that video. I don't think many people have actually seen it. I don't think I even
But
uploaded on
every other
YouTube.
time we do a stunt, every other time we would do a stunt, it was like bang, first try, perfect. And
Hmm.
then everything which is like almost static things or where you have to walk into frame at a certain
Yes.
time. That always takes
Yeah, I
10
think
tries.
so. One of the more surprisingly, the thing that took me the longest to do, like the stunts, are always, of course, sometimes we have to rehearse them and get them right, and
Yeah.
we'll do multiple angles. But specifically on Spirit Breaker, doing just the dialogue at Cutter's Rig, and I started to realize by the end of doing it, it was better to do it at night because Hurston consistently would have intermittent wind. So as I'm trying to shoot the dialogue, the character
Your
would
stance will
take
change.
this stance,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, it took me
Yeah.
so long just to
Yeah.
do it. I ended up trying to use some of it to my advantage. I think I told you, like on the beach where I make Turnkey react to the gun pointed at him by using the wind. But I was like, man, this is. There's like probably an hour of me just saying "fucking win, god damn it," because I'm trying to shoot the thing.
Dude, but also, I think everybody would agree here. You also do very complicated stunts. We don't go that crazy, okay? You do that whole STV landing, and that whole video is so many stunts put together. So you also create that complicated structure, but the end result is worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, and this my one philosophy with doing a lot of those stunts is I want it to be something you can actually do in the game because as
Yeah, you
machinima
did say
makers we
that.
can sort
Yeah.
of get away with certain things, but I always love the idea of like could a player replicate this like plausibly? And the STV stunt, like yes, you could actually go and do that. You could go and fly over that pad and drop the STV out. And what's amazing is when it works, like we expected when we did it that oh yeah, we were just gonna blow up as soon as the STV leaves the ship. There's going to be, a server desync and it's going to blow us all up. And then we discovered that if you angle up a little bit before you release the STV, you will get that backflip consistently every time, and you can get it to land on that pad. So it's pretty cool.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Now, so from one thing I do need to tell you guys is that Robo helps out a lot with the top hanger shoot. In the morning when I wake up and when I really need to punch it and do something. So Rob was involved with the most of the shoot in top hanger for the ship that you saw flying in my section, in Jack Carson's section, the whole ship flying. That's all Rob actually flying the ship. So Richard Dash is flying them. The whole of Rob's section, where we did that on one of the moons, that is also him in that ship, and I'm just editing it. So he helped out a lot. So he actually knows about how something very simple just gets very complicated. But the hardest thing to do, man, which I sort of knew will be very hard, was the whole news section. And having 3 characters, it was very, very complicated to shoot. 2 days of work it took me to record everything. And how we did that is also a completely different story. Other than that, I think everything else was easy to do. Now,
I don't know. When I flew the Polaris through the cranes, that wasn't easy, man.
I should give everybody the chance. Yes, James, tell that story. Mistrust. Go ahead. That is epic.
Just flying around the Lorville track, just trying to get some vaguely recognizable time. And I think I went through the cranes maybe 6 times, or attempted just fitting through until I got it like just right. But it was like, yeah, landing gear down was the only way to get it through without pulling the wings off. And it was fine. I did it like four times in a row, and then it comes to the shoot, and the first take going through the cranes,
You blew up.
turns diagonally, gets stuck, and deletes the ship.
Yeah.
And I'm just sat there in Lawville, like, what the hell's going on?
Now, I need to tell you guys. Sorry, I should have said this. Hey, Admiral Rocket, good day. I'm missing a lot of the chat. Please don't hold it against me. I love to chat. I gotta read what Dark has been writing, but the conversation gets very interesting. I should tell you guys that the laps that we do on the track in the ships, like we have only 2 episodes so far, the C1 and the Polaris. It's Mistrust who does them. So James August is the Captain Slow is actually the fastest of us all. So he actually does the lap, and those are proper genuine laps. I actually asked him to record his cockpit video so that we have a proof that yes, we did that lap in that time. Now I know I can actually ask Echo to do it, but it's also the tradition. Yeah. It's the tradition now that okay, Ben is the guy, so he's the bub. So
yeah, no. When I saw Echo's lap, I was like dumbfounded. I was amazed at how quick she did it. Well done, Echo.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The Aurora MR episode. Yeah.
Buy me a steak whenever you need it.
Yeah, damn right.
I
I have actually like shaved a few seconds off my Lawville thing. Watching your laps, I've been taking notes. So yeah, thank you for that.
Let's go.
But Echo is as introduced her as the Ansia Racing all in whole and soul, but the big part of Ansia Racing is also to put out videos for the races and trailers. So she does all of that with the help of the Ansia Racing crew with Tint, Noise Mace, and the rest of the guys. Too many, which we talked about in the Aurora MR episode, the whole crew. So she's also a very skilled editor and a video maker. So Echo, I would also like you to be involved in this discussion. What is the most mundane thing which goes crazy for you, like Fat asked?
That's a really good question. I would say camera clipping. It's really common. It's a really mundane issue in starcitizen that I wish wasn't there. I have immense trouble trying to get the character in shot or the close-up of the ship. I want to get closer to them all the time. And those shots are always ruined because of like the physicalization of the camera. Either the sphere is too big that collides with the ship, or the ship has a collider that's like way too big. Yeah, just that sort of thing. I really hope we can improve it in the future. I'd love to see that better.
Oh, can confirm. I spend a lot of time while I'm helping Lens with a shot. I'm sitting in the cockpit of something, waiting for him to tell me to go, something we discussed I'm about to do, and all I hear is, "Ah, damn it, camera, hold on." Cameras, hold on. Oh, the camera, cut. Oh, the camera's being stupid. Hold on.
With a twig.
Speaking of the camera collision, I totally forgot about that. I mean, I deal with that all the time, and it is a lot of like, give me a second, I gotta readjust it. One thing that caught me by surprise was in that Spirit Breaker video, there's that scene where I throw the burrito at the mercenary guy in the Reclaimer, and we had to do that shot about like 20 times because the camera kept getting collided by the burrito itself, and I was like, good lord, like how do I even do this? Because I think the hitbox of the burrito is actually bigger than the burrito.
Yeah, it would have been oversized. I get it all the time with ships too.
Junk Planga is here to say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Sama.
That's
lovely to see you.
He's the guy who helped out the most with the Top Hangar set, and Top Hangar exists because of him. So his throat is messed up. He started his secondary school this week, so of course he caught some flu from someone. Yeah,
he caught the ick from.
He got kids.
It. Yep. Yep.
Just
kids always weaponizing those illnesses.
You gonna go now? You gonna sleep? What's the plan?
Am I going to do that?
Yeah, okay. I want him to. So just so that you guys know, for the T-shirts giveaway, I have actually made the old school chits because there are like 23 people who have participated for that, who are happy to pay the shipping, and I wanted Summer to pick them up. So if you're awake, maybe come back a little bit time, and we will draw the names.
How long?
Maybe give us 15-20 minutes more.
Okay.
All right, he'll be back. Over. Okay, let me just quickly catch on with the chat if I'm missing anything. Equi doesn't know what's going on. We're doing top Hangar stream. I'm listening to Fatbur while we are filming. Most of the complaints are to do with the. Oh, and so Admiral Rocket is from your crew, is it? Nice.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome.
Rocket is there probably 95% of the time. So yeah, they're a huge help, and yeah, they get to hear all my complaining pretty much. Like if I was to go through all my footage and just cut together all my complaining, it would be quite a supercut.
All right, man. Carry on with your question. Oh, I was trying to actually find that Harold clip that Robbo was talking about, and because there's a lot of
the turn and burn.
The turn and burn.
Is,
I'm trying to
it's
find
it was one of your shorts.
Yeah. I just haven't logged into my TikTok in a while, and it's actually on TikTok somewhere. I don't know where, because I had so many clips I can't find it. But I just don't have the login. Anyway, continue with the questions. And while you guys are talking, I will make a post on Twitter that we are live right now.
So yeah, another question I have is sort of, I guess it'd be directly for you, Lens, is sort of in the pre-production phase, and you know, what makes you choose the ship, and do you choose the ship based on what you can get away with? Because I find myself doing that a lot. Like, I'll have a concept, and then I'll kind of go and test it and be like, can I even visually like represent this? And obviously, the Polaris gives you a lot of opportunities to do things. But yeah, I'm curious, sort of what made you. What makes you choose the ships you do?
The Polaris we chose. Go on, Ben.
Yeah, I could answer a bit of that. Like, am I allowed to give a spoiler for what is potentially?
Yeah. I know where you're gonna go. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, part of the choices for the ships is based on the characters themselves. Like James August, big Origin fan, always into pure luxury. So the next ship for him is going to be the Connie, the lovely white interior with the bar.
The luxury variant.
The luxury variant.
The Phoenix.
So, yeah, the Phoenix. There you go. And it's also partly chosen because it's sat in the Lorville shop.
Yeah.
So we can actually go and do a lot of filming without having to wait for stuff to be claimed and things like that. So it also means that me as a poor, non-rich Star Citizen player can go down there and write my script before.
Yeah, we are actually trying to get earn money in game to buy one. So.
Yeah.
Well, and
yeah, I was sad when I lost
Polaris was a mad rush because none of us own a Polaris. None of us are likely ever going to own a Polaris. It was, we can get it for free in IAE in the PU where the screen isn't watermarked with test environment. You know, so IAE where we could rent it. That was our window to get all that stuff.
We started working on this when Polaris came into the PTU, so that's where I could get but going back, what Ben has said is very true. It's because I wrote the character arcs. Like I wanted to have a larger story with all the characters and kind of create a parallel with Top Gear. And of course, Ben just Mistrust just fits into that role of the snobbish James May. And
you're damn right.
He's just not slow enough, but in the show he will be slow. And then Richard. So we have a proper defined story arcs which will have develop over many episodes. I don't know how long that will take. Like Richard is into alien ships, just like Richard Hammond is into muscle cars. So he loves
American muscle cars.
Yeah. So his love interest in Star Citizen is the alien ships, and him and Jack we will always be butting heads with each other because Jack Carson absolutely hates alien technology. So that's where the humor will come from. But also and he also like industrial stuff, like the big crazy ships, which will be like your Argo raft, or like, I'm not very good with Star Citizen ship names. And then on the other spectrum, you have James August, who is into luxury. So he will do all the luxury ships and pretty much all the Origin ships, because he's an Origin fanboy. He does decadence. So he's into decadence and gaudy stuff like 600i. That's his pleasure ship, Jump. So he will do all that. And very rarely, not occasionally, he will do the something completely out of the blue, like James May did the Bugatti. He's slowest guy, but he's doing a Bugatti. So I think sometime we will throw him into the fastest ship and let him do that as well. But
Oh, please, yes, do.
but the fun thing, Fat, is that these guys, Robbo and Jay and Ben, they're writing their own scripts, man. These scripts that they wrote for their character, they were their own scripts. I mean, I
love that.
I couldn't help but barging in, of course, and bothering about it. Not change this, do that.
Yeah, cut 5 minutes.
But I more get involved from the video point of view, because I know how I'm going to land this joke, which I hope now I keep. How many times do I tell these guys, just trust me. Just wait till I make the video, okay? Just go with this. Just say this line this way. And now I think I have earned that trust. I don't know, maybe they'll kick me out. But they're writing their own script. That's what I wanted to do with Top Hangar, that involved these guys and let them become the character.
Well,
So, yeah.
you're right about cutting things, because again, on this Polaris, I mean, we had to try to not make it 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But I recall you suggesting that I write my own portion of the script. Ben, I don't know how you are with this. I'm no writer. I'm no joke writer. And so Lens just gave me, hey, look at this video of Richard Hammond reviewing the Marauder. It's basically a big military truck that's for civilians, and take a little inspiration from that. I watched a little bit of that, and I'm sitting there writing my script, and 3 minutes into writing the first line, I was off to the races. I had way too much material that sounded like it was written in Richard Hammond's voice, it surprised me that I was able to do it, to be honest. I don't know about you, Ben.
Yeah, no, it's very much the same. I had like a whole section cut out where, based off James May's Cybertruck review, where he's like going around the outside of the truck with a flat level,
Scale.
showing which panels are flat.
That's a very funny episode.
Yeah, I was just wandering around it was going to be that I was wandering around inside the Polaris with a light meter saying it's too dark here, because it's a dark ship. So it was lots of complaints that were completely innocuous and pretty useless. But I find it pretty easy to I don't know. I find it very easy to slip into the sort of, I'd call it English shed mentality of like an enthusiast, should we say? And so I just start waffling absolute rubbish for minutes, and none of it has any sense. But it's very James May, and I found it quite easy after, I don't know, a good half hour or so of writing. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, it's combined with Lens's choice of shot and camera work inside the ship. But your segment is by far my favorite part.
It's
of the whole
beautiful.
video.
It's beautiful.
I did enjoy it. I thought the way Lens did a few of the shots, like where my character walks in from several different angles into that one still of like the crossroads of the corridors, I thought that was brilliant.
That's the shot where Fat and Kalani also have the shout out. That's the shot.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I love seeing it.
Yeah, that
I
was
like how he
cool.
waffles on and then you fade to black.
Yeah, that was really good fun, man. You're talking about the Polaris battle?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah. While Well, he was talking the NPC's ear off about the
Yeah.
outpost. Oh, that
Yeah.
one that one's maybe one of the bigger laughs for me
Dude,
too. Yeah.
honestly, Fat, you
It's
will
the
be
way the
able to.
NPC looked away. Like, let's be honest. It was the way the NPC looked away because, like, it was just perfect
It was
timing.
perfect. It just worked so beautifully. But
And how slowly Lens just backs away out of the frame.
that was the sun was
Fun.
setting. That was a very hard shot to get. So let me tell you something, okay? I don't think this would have been possible if me, Mistrust, and Bob Effing hadn't known each other for a while. We know each other for I
Yeah.
know Mistrust for a couple of years now, I think, more than a couple of years,
Yeah.
and Robbo for 1 year. So we already get along really well. Like we have our own history of playing the game and everything. Robbo, I met when he joined the Discord when I after the I don't know which video, but he helped
Well,
out
no,
with
no,
the
it was
Ninetales video.
no, literally, I met you in the comments section of Top Hanger episode 1.
Yes, you came from DG360.
No, 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 no,
Did you
no.
come from? Then you came from Red's Resort. Then
No.
you just
YouTube
found
just
me.
put it in front of me.
Okay,
It just
fine,
put it
great.
in front of me, and I watched it. Yeah.
Lens can't believe it. Oh, I actually
I
got
can't-
recommended.
How did I get recommended to anyone? Like that doesn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry for my laugh, Echo. I sorry, Echo. You're too silent. Keep chatting, because otherwise you won't get the mic.
No, you're alright.
Fatbird is the host. He needs to involve you somehow. I just gotta say one thing though. I gotta tell this just a little bit, going deeper into the section where I'm talking about this. This wouldn't have happened if we did not know we didn't have chemistry already. And Fat, you will understand, because once you build the core team, you just want to work with the core team. So that's what has happened. You should see us, like the best fun was to come up with the script, the Polaris battle. You guys remember when we were thinking of the jokes? Let's do this. We can do this. Oh, we can do that. And then Ben would just change the dialogue. Like I still remember you said we had the dialogues like something else. I'm gonna go. Time to have a cup of tea. But you changed that. I'm gonna put the kettle on, and that was just so good. And the joke just formed itself. This whole idea that he can go into the outpost and he's just gonna rant to NPC. That was Ben's idea that I'm gonna do it, and then the joke just landed in my head. Oh, I can fade to black, and just do a pan away from the outpost. So it's the process of making the script with these guys, and in my head I'm seeing the video being made. Oh, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. That process is really just makes it work.
Oh yeah, that synergy is totally integral, and same thing here with working with some of the crew I have in Omni. Like it's become this thing that we kind of know.
Shout out to
we've gotten so used to working with each other.
shout out to Rocket and
but
Enigma, Dark Enigma, right? And Kalani
not Dark Enigma. It's a Rocket, Matic, another person, Couch. Gosh, there's so many of them now. But yeah, they're always there for me too, which is it's always nice because, and I think it's funny is a lot of times I always feel bad where I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm bothering everybody to have them come and help me, and then it seems like the filming becomes content because I'll come up with these ideas, and then I've got my stunt pilot Lemon who is super talented with flying ships. They're huge DCS player, and there's times where like Star Citizen get a little bit stale because we've done the content, and I'll come to Lemon and be like, yeah, can you do this thing where like you'll flip over and then you'll kind of roll over off the wing, and I'll be like, oh, I guess I gotta practice this, and then I realize everyone kind of has fun trying to do these shoots, because it kind of becomes the content itself in the game, and I'm sure the same thing happens with your shoots, and obviously I think even with Echo, I'm sure that happens with some of your videos where it's like, yeah, doing the racing's fun, but then like trying to do these shoots, like it does become entertaining, and sometimes the trials and tribulations of dealing with the game itself and pulling off these shots. And I think that's why people enjoy the Star Citizen Machinima. It's like people know that we had to do this, it took actual effort to to approach these things, and when you pull them off, you're like, oh, holy shit, we did it.
Well, the thing it seems
There
to
can also
me
be a
that
war,
go ahead, Echo.
like where it's hard to get people into filming as well. But
True.
when you do convince your friends to join you, and particularly with the racing community as well, they find it's a real cooperative experience.
It is.
And like you guys were saying, when you feel like you can impart your ideas to the content creator, and then they're like, oh, that sounds great, and we add that in, it becomes more a part of you, and they start to really enjoy it and immerse themselves in it. Like tandem flying is something that people really enjoy. Often I'll need a shot with races where they're flying together at the same speed, and they're like, oh, how do I set up my speed limiter? What speed should we be going? And like it's also like a journey of learning how to fly better and know your controls and your shit better as well. And then they come out of it and they're like, I really enjoyed that. Like sign me up for some more filming whenever you need it. So yeah, I love convincing people to get into it as well through that. Yeah, as a cooperative experience, it's so much better with friends.
Can I ask you,
Yeah,
Echo?
I'd say
Sorry, I just gotta. Everybody continue after that, but just want to ask Echo, who are the people you rely on the most? Just like we talked about our teams.
Yeah, so my own organisation in Australia, Southern Cross Alliance, do me solids all the time. So that's Kukama NZ, Bliz Cole, Tiger Weiss, Gentleman Shoes, Brett W. are always there for me whenever I need people in a film. Same with Tint and Noise Mayor's Prof Decoy from Frontier Consolidated. They will always jump in whenever we need to produce a racing video to convince everyone to come and try racing and get better at flying.
You have a good team.
Well, the thing that I've noticed about good machinima that I've seen is from a spectator's point of view. I'm not a content creator of any kind. I just help Lens do his thing. is if you don't play the game, the good machinima is still good, and you realize, holy crap, this is happening in a game. Oh, that looks really difficult to do. And if you do play the game, you realize because of the bugs, oh, that was really difficult to do. But there's still a very high level of appreciation when you just show it to somebody. They're like, wait, you're doing this in a video. I've showed this to my dad. And he's
Wow.
like, you did this in a video game? How are you
Wow.
acting in a video game? It's,
That's
so,
that's
Yeah, it's an
actually-
interesting concept
yeah.
to explain to people outside of this sort of the circle of this. And it's like sometimes I just have to be like, yeah, it's an animation. Just think about it like Pixar, even though I didn't really animate it. Like it's the only way to approach it sometimes.
That's yeah.
oh,
there's different
it's
stories.
it's like a Pixar movie, but it only costed us $45 to get into the song,
Oh,
get
right.
into the game.
I think
a
it's something like
challenge.
people don't realise outside of the game the investment and time that those things take. But people who have played the game go, yeah, that must have taken ages.
Hell yeah, yeah.
And that's also the thing with getting other people involved is it's the time investment. You're like, yeah, I need to help doing this 30-second shot, but it's going to take us about 3 hours.
Yeah, that's the
It
biggest
becomes
thing of machinima is the patience. I think
Yeah.
of the whole team, really.
Dude, I
yeah,
gotta
it
ask
becomes
you.
a
Oh, that's the thing. The thing that actually got me into Star Citizen at all was a machinima by Bed Bananas.
I haven't seen it. I haven't heard of Bad Bananas.
Bed
oh right.
Bananas.
Is it
It
is
was
it the
like
one
it
where they
was
start
like
in Area 18?
no, I don't know. It was like the boys go to Invictus, or
Oh,
something
Might have
like that.
seen that one, yeah.
And so they're like being themselves. They're being sort of themselves. They're doing a whole bunch of jackassery. So it's almost like the videos where people are playing video games and they're just screwing around, not unlike Mully and your narrator doing stuff in various video games. those guys. I can't remember what I think they just call themselves the boys. The boys do this. The boys do that. They got really big. They're the source of no square meme. If you ever knew that.
No,
But anyway,
no idea.
they're just farting around in whatever video game. But the Bed Bananas one, these guys were kind of acting out skits, but they're also kind of being themselves. They didn't have a script, and it's all cut together. And I'm like, wait, I heard about this years ago, and everybody said it was a scam. This looks like a playable game, so I got it. That's how I got the game.
It's always
Yeah.
it's always endearing when I see people, say that in my comments, like, oh, you maybe want to play the game again, or you may be interested in Star Citizen. And part of me is like, that's really cool, and part of me is like, I'm so sorry, because what you see in this is not exactly going to be. Again, I try to be faithful about the game, about what you can do. Obviously, it's stretched for machinima reasons, but there are a lot of things that I feel like that when we do these machinimas, that does show parts of the game that you don't always necessarily know is there, and I think that shows the beauty of Star Citizen is like, yeah, like Echo said, trying to fly together, this tandem flying, seeing some locations that you just don't naturally stumble upon, and you get to see more of the game, like weirdly enough, just through doing these filming things, and people have a lot of fun with them.
Let me just catch up with the chat. There was a beautiful reply by Mr. Kraken where he talked about SC being SC is the biggest problem, a demotivator for getting footage. Tip my hat to everyone who manages to execute the video exactly how they wanted to. Yeah, and Fatbird can reply to that as well. Absolutely. And that sort of also goes to, it took me 65 plus hours to make the Top Hangar episode 2. How much time did it take you to make the STV video? And how much time have you spent in the latest series?
So the STV video, I think, was about 3 months of shooting and editing. And then the Spirit Breaker one was about 6 months. I honestly could not quantify the amount of editing time because I'm a bit of a psychopath when it comes to like this sometimes I'll sit there and play like a 30-second section like 100 times over, and I'll move like a voiceover like 2 frames back because I'm just trying to find the right just pacing to everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could, and a lot of times I'll just be editing for like 12 hours straight. I'll kind of get in this mode where once I'm at the end, the home stretch, where I'm just like, I wake up, I edit, and then I go to bed, wake up, edit. It's like, I just get into that zone. It's hard to break out of, but yeah, hours wise, I don't know. Again, it was 6 months, and the funny thing is, I probably would have taken longer if it wasn't for the fact that SitCon was coming up, and I really, really wanted to put it out there before I left for SitCon. So, thank you to that sense of urgency for actually getting that project done.
Okay.
I do music, not music production, but audio mixing and mastering, and I know what you mean about you're sitting there and you might get tunnel vision, you lose track of how many hours. The good news is I'm doing the work because it's something I love, not because I'm being paid, because I would drastically underestimate how many hours and undercharge for my services if I were doing it as a job.
Yeah.
Just before we move on, here's Echo Eyes has asked a question there, and he also asked me to move my microphone away because he said when I laugh, it's like I'm in an F1 car racing engine. So, that's pretty cool. And he's asked, like, what do you think of your YouTube community? Well, I rarely engage. Sort of, are you talking about the posts that you post on the community section, or are you talking about the comments? I love the replies that I get on YouTube. Definitely, that's the only thing which really keeps me going now, because the views are not there. It's just absolutely disaster when it comes to algorithm, and but it's the replies that I get, and there are sometimes people write paragraphs upon paragraphs. That's just that makes me happy. So that's definitely the only reason now that I'm still doing it. But it's also fun. Like, I know I will have fun making it, and when it gets made, it'll be just something beautiful I'll be proud of. A bigger reason really is that it's also making memories with my son, because we make these together. When he looks back at them after 10 years and Squadron is still not there, he will think think of me, like we me and my dad did this together. So some good memories, I suppose. That's the idea.
Yeah, we talked about this. You had brought that up to me in a direct message, and I was like, yeah, I didn't really think about that. In like 10 years, I'm gonna look at this, and my nephews are gonna be like, who's this like weird psychotic space salesman you've become on YouTube? Like, it's such a strange concept.
Yeah, let me sell you insurance and STE. Yeah.
It's weird because I've always done like a little bit of weird on the side machinima acting. Like back in Planet Side 2 when that first launched, we had like what was his name? Something or other war correspondent, and I was in a lot of those videos. I'd switch sides and just stand there, and his videos were fantastic at the time. And every now and then I go back and I'll watch one of them and I'll be like, yeah, that's me stood there. Oh my god, I was.
Oh, sorry. I just gotta cut in here because Alex is leaving, and I totally forgot to talk about Alex. Alex2079, our really, really, really good friend, our moderator as well. He was also here. I totally forgot, and I think he's gonna go to bed now. All right. Thank you for hanging out, Alex, and thanks for being here, buddy.
See you, Alex.
So yeah. Also, with the T-shirts, there are couple of names who are not there anymore in the giveaway because they have actually just bought the T-shirt straight away. So Vectura has already bought the T-shirt, the Top Hanger T-shirt. The idea is that whatever money, because he also paid for the printing of it and the shipping, so whatever income we generate from that, it all goes into Alex's PC fund. Now, those who don't know, it's a Ko-fi goal that I've set up. I'm trying to build a PC for Alex so that he can play Star Citizen because he loves Star Citizen, but he has never played it. So whatever income we generate from these T-shirts, whatever comes this way, it all goes into that. So yeah, so thanks, Victoria. You're not there. There's another person, very complicated name, from Spain. He's also bought the Top Hanger T-shirt. He actually bought 2 for him and his wife. So thank you. So your names are not here. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Yep, Alex can stay a bit longer. That's nice. Oh, Arodros here, another mate from Perth, and your name is here in these chits. I started SC in 2016. I started in 2018. Still waiting for Squadron 42. Can I tell you guys a very fun story? Very quick one.
No.
Yes, I will. Overruled. So Summer just went back to school, right? In his new school, and he's starting his secondary. So during the orientation, the first day, he told me this story on the way back on the train. It's like so they made us. He said he loved doing this. They made all the kids write letters to their future self. Okay, that write something about whatever you want to tell your or ask your future self, and we will keep these letters with us and we will give them back to you when you are in year 12 and you can read them. So they all had a go at it. So he was very happy about this, and he's like, I wrote everything, and in the end I asked myself, has Squadron 42 released yet?
He brought up a sense.
I was like, I am so proud to be a dad of this kid.
You know it's not coming out.
Oh, it's not coming out. Nope. No, it's not.
What, Scam Citizen?
No,
Like,
yeah. Well, no.
it was known by now.
Over to you, Fat.
Fat is dealing with cousin. I am in Fat's place. Everyone here is awesome. You're doing great. How are you feeling? Are you staying hydrated? Eating well?
Oh yeah.
At that tally torpedo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got a
Thanks.
cup of tea. It's going cold, but
No, the giveaway is not over. Giveaway is still going on. We will draw the names from these chits for the T-shirts. I'll actually pick 9 names because it's gonna be first come first serve. Because I don't know, maybe somebody might not respond, so we will already have alternatives to go with the T-shirts. Yep. And the Nomad.
Echo, I have a question for you. So with you doing the sort of machinimas for the racing. Is there anything you're really looking forward to trying to do in the future in regards to like skits or shorts for the racing, Anzia racing and stuff? Because I know you do bits and pieces with that, but they're so time consuming. Especially like things like the Furies from the Caterpillar and stuff like that. You got anything planned that you're doing, or something you're wanting to do?
Yeah, so the most machinima video I ever made for the racing community and with the racing community is the Super Dragon Tofu run, where the first half of the video is just us replicating a scene from Initial D, the very famous scene in the battle in that between the RX-7 and the AE-86. But then we're like doing that with the R86, the Nomad Polaris C8X and Star Citizen. I want to do that again. I want to do a second version of that. There's a new successor anime to Initial D. It's called Ghost MF, and I really want to take a scene from that. There's some iconic scenes in there with all the new characters and the new story, and sort of take it to the next level where I invite maybe youthful racers, kind of like this anime has done, where they take the kids of these fathers that had this legendary race, that had this legendary anime and legendary drift meme made about them, and then highlight new races that are coming up and are just beginning their battles in the racing community. So I want to try and highlight more races. I want to try and give them a stage which is not just a podium on a leaderboard, but an actual character in the verse, and try and canonize them and make them feel more a part of the Star Citizen universe.
Yeah, that sounds epic. That's really good.
Sim
If
is
you need a hand with
also
that, let's give us a shout.
yeah. Sim is also thinking of with his org to start participating in the races. And today I was telling him, yes, go do it.
We just need one to start us off, probably ground. And
Anti-grav
sort of
race.
and that one. Yeah. Probably the anti-grav race or the next buggy race that you do. Where I'm going to get us all signed up for that. So that'd be really good.
I'd love to see you there. Yeah, please come if you just like going fast or you want to improve your flight. The racing community is so knowledgeable and so friendly. They will teach you how to go fast, how to get better at flying your ships, how to drive, or we'll say hover your grav lives around more efficiently. They will teach you everything, and everyone is so welcoming.
As long as they teach me how to not crash.
Oh no.
They can certainly teach you
That's
that.
around the race course.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna try and find Ben's lap here. There should be something.
Oh, don't do that.
Right. Yeah. Hold on a second. You flying through the. Or maybe I deleted those the unused clips because I was running out of space at the end of, and I've still kept so many. Yeah. Carry on the conversation. I don't know if I have those clips anymore.
No, the lap
So I gotta-
was less about the speed and more about making it look nice for the camera. Let's be
yes.
honest. By the time
Yeah,
you were shooting,
yeah.
it, like I did a couple laps where it's like, yeah, no, I actually want to try and go as fast as I can in this absolute beast of a ship. But then, as soon as you're shooting, it's like just
Yeah.
hold the thing steady, don't
Yeah.
roll it too much.
Yeah.
When you drift the corners,
Yeah.
make it look pro.
We need to explain that, because what the lap that you see is, of course, just shot for the camera. That's not the real lap. The real lap is completely different, but it's not cinematic. So to keep things cinematic, of course, we do a separate shoot. So yeah, go on.
Yeah,
Fat, you were saying.
I had to come. I had to come and be the Stig.
Yeah, pose as the
do a-
steak. Yeah, the
Yeah,
interior
yeah.
shots.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I was as Ben. I was the Stig as the bub as Ben doing the lap for fake, just for camera.
That was for the interior shot. So go on.
Yeah, because
Well,
I didn't change my character.
Yeah, he was a female. So when he was doing the top Hangar Polaris lap, Ben was a female character, and I couldn't use that for cockpit footage. So I the next day morning, Robbo was there. I was like, "Come to Lorville and give me these 2-second shots."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I think I have a picture somewhere of like
Well,
four
no,
or five of us standing.
no, Lens, you had me do the lap or at least portions of it because I
Yeah,
remember
yeah, we
having to
did the
put the
whole lap
landing
because I
gear down to
wasn't.
go through the chute
Yeah,
caps. Yeah.
I wasn't sure where I will use the cockpit footage because the cockpit footage shows up in the lap 3 times or 4 times, and I keep that standard like every single time. That's the beauty of Top Gear. Every single lap that they have done, the footage and the cameras are always the same. It's like standard they have set. That's exactly how I do these laps. Like cameras are set. I don't like to change them around. So when Stig will show up in cockpit, that's exactly when Bob will sort of show up in the cockpit.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like stashing GoPros at every angle inside and outside the car that they would do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that
But
clip
yeah,
of. Yeah. Go on, Fat.
true, authentic multicam shoot. It's funny. Like I've talked to Matic about this, and she's sort of my right hand person when it comes to doing a lot of the more technical things. And we got real nerdy one day because we were trying to do multicam stuff. We're like, ooh, what if we used time code over IP? And we were going to try to jam time code between all of our cameras. So like in the editing room, it was easier
Oh,
just to sync them up.
oh,
And
brother,
yeah, we
that's
didn't
next
really
level. What? Oh
fully
boy.
commit to it, but like it's in our
Wow.
back pocket. Like if we ever have a complicated enough shoot, or do
Oh,
something like that, like like a race where you just want everything synced without having to like do it
amazing.
yourself as an editor and find the edit points.
Well,
Wow.
And it's so overkill.
you actually made that work.
Wow.
We didn't
Hats
make
off
it
to
work.
you.
We did play around. It does exist. It does work, but we haven't actually like applied it because we haven't had a reason to do it. But we
Okay.
just sometimes get so carried away with the technical side. But like it's a cool concept to think that we could jam time code and yeah, the weird hang up would be like, what about latency? Would it still even matter? It would at least get you in the ballpark, especially between different recording
Oh.
times, different start and stop times of each camera that starts recording. So a little less puts a little less like demand on the editing part when you can just get things close in terms of sync between the shots. Um,
Let's
but
hope when
speaking
they
of that,
make
I
drones that there'll be other cameras you
yeah,
can use from the
yeah,
using
very
the
true.
drones.
Um, this is a question for Echo, and this actually would probably, well, I have two questions here. The first one is this would apply more to you because you do more of the racing thing. And when it comes to the machinima openings and doing the more, how much effort has to go into getting a sense of speed out of Star Citizen. And this isn't like a master modes versus the old flight model. This is from the perspective of the cameras. Sometimes, no matter how fast you're going, Star Citizen doesn't always represent that speed as well. And the process you go through to sort of make that look believable, and sometimes even having to fly a little bit differently in the machinima side than you would on the actual race side, because you also want the ship movements to look realistic. If you kind of just explain a little bit of that process you go through.
Yeah, so speed is a real problem in filming, and I think all of you know, if you want something to look fast, and particularly racing, there's a very, I would say, it's a well-known technique in filming, and that is to set everyone a certain speed, which might be half the speed of the ship, and you all sync that up together, and then you tell the people that are in the shot to do like half the movements they would do. So on a joystick, you would only roll very slowly. On a keyboard, you would ban rolling so that no one could see how fast those ships are actually rolling. And they could instead use their mouse to do pitch up turns only. And then in the actual editing phase, you would double the speed of that clip and it would beat up to normal racing speed, but no one would know the difference. Pretty much all of my shots are like this, particularly the ones where you're flying in tandem. I ask all of the people that are participating to halve their speed so that we can safely fly together without desync and any potential things that would cause us to crash together or get out of sync. And also, because we set our speed limit like that, the shot is perfect rather than we don't need to do any messing around. Another thing that has made filming really difficult is mastermides for sure. Like when
Yes.
you go backwards in SEM, you've got the bubble, which is significantly tighter. Your reverse speed is the egg that your gas created around the back is not lower in speed. See, even in nerve, you have that resistance. The retro thrusters are not as powerful. So what I end up doing now in mastermides is setting my ship going forwards, and then I will have a preset camera which is rotated backwards. So I just fly in a straight line, kind of like in classic filmmaking, like in Star Wars, where they run the camera along a rail. And then they have it tracking the racers. I will fly forwards, my racers will fly forwards with me, but then I will switch to a third-person camera, which is pointing behind me. But it's all synced up, we're all on rails together, and we can capture each other going at speed that way. So there's a lot of clever film techniques you can throw in there, but yeah, most of my footage is sped up. A lot of people don't know that. Everyone thinks that's the normal Star Citizen speed. Now, another benefit you have with speeding up footage is when you capture it, sometimes your computer can't necessarily capture Lowville or Orison at a perfect 60 FPS frame rate. When you speed up footage, you get frames, of course, with the compressed footage. So your footage actually ends up looking like your game runs perfectly. And people always comment that. They're like, how do you run your game so perfectly and get shots that are that high FPS? And I'm like, well, no, it's trickery. It's complete magic.
There's a trick
Yeah.
to that. So when we do the Polaris shoot, like his lap is actually faster. When Mistrust does the laps, his normal lap is faster, but the cinematic lap looks slower because I ask him to keep it slow and keep your turns slow. But then I sometimes, of course, you know it, we speed it up, like in the post production. This in Premiere, there's a setting. When you speed up the footage, you can choose to create optical frames. Instead of normal frame blending, you can go with that setting. All the jitters, everything is gone, and your footage looks smooth. That's the trick. So I don't know if DaVinci has that, but that I use
does.
that a lot. Yeah, that's a very, very good setting to really smooth up your footage. Even if you want to speed it up, if you want to slow it down, it's great.
Once again, I will try to convert you to DaVinci Resolve one of these days. As someone who worked in Premiere for like 10 years,
Yeah.
I despise when I open it back up, but
Oh well.
it's fine.
It's also
But back to
All the
the
kids are using it.
I know I still have to keep up to date with it, and people can even ask me questions about it, and I'm like, yeah, it's this key command, because again, as a freelancer, a lot of times people ask me, oh, can you work on this edit? And I'm like, do you know how to use Premiere? And I'm like, yes, of course, unfortunately. But anyways, back to the ship filming. I imagine, Echo, you also have a preferred ship you like to use for us. We like using the Talon because it does seem to have better omnidirectional control. Of course, the issue with the Talon, of course, is it can kind of have a big footprint in certain ways, but that's always our go-to. And obviously, yeah, we have to slow down because we need to sort of go by the lowest common denominator, and that is how fast can the camera ship go, especially if it makes any turns, due to master modes and the change to, thrusters and whatnot.
Talon is our ship of choice as well. Its lateral thrusters are second to none. You can strafe at like full speed. For some reason, it has like the tuning of a caterwaull and the speed acceleration of a herald laterally. I don't know how this ship that looks like it is designed to go forward with like bird
Right.
wings goes sideways faster than any other ship in the game. The only ship that comes close to it is the Fury Alex, but that's capped at your CM speed until we get the quantum beast update where everyone gets a unified nerve and snubs get a nerve mode that's planetary distance only. So, yeah, Talon, I'm surprised that came up as well, because it's something the racing community knows. We know how all the ships perform. We test every single one, each patch, and we pick out really odd things like that come up as our ship data. The Talon is the best choice, I would say. And then if I had to pick another one, it was the Fury MX for a long time until it lost its top speed. I had to pick another one. I like the Saber Peregrine. Like it is a new ship. It flies. Its era was set up incredibly well. Like it's had a gold pass on audio. It's had a gold pass on its components. It's had a gold pass on its flight model as well. That ship flies incredibly beautifully. Even literally, it's really just a pleasure to fly that ship.
Yeah, I think the other ship we like to use now, well, before, I remember the Pisces used to be a good choice for flying as a camera ship, especially because it had a really small footprint. You could kind of get your camera moved around pretty easily without too much collision. But this might just be because Matic is a huge fan of the Mantis, but we also use the Mantis as the filming ship because it has okay lateral thrust, but also again it has a smaller footprint to kind of fit and squeeze into things versus the Talon. Plus the Mantis is just, I don't know, it's a cool ship, so we just like using it.
In the background, I was playing that. I found the footage for the turn and burn. I was just playing that in the background while Echo was talking. So I think a few people saw that.
On Lens's go-to camera ship is a Nomad. I think you just like the smoothness of it, I guess, right?
I love Nomad. It's my most flown ship in the game. Yeah, I use Nomad. If I want it to be very fast, or if I'm shooting like Sulin or something, a small ship, then I jump into 100i. Those are the two ships I use.
So here's another question for you guys, and this is for any of us that make videos, because I find myself in this situation a lot where a bit of kill your darlings situation, where I'm curious, are there any, or can you think of a specific scene where you had it in the script and then you go and do it and you just couldn't do it, you just had to scrap it, leave it on the editing room floor? Do you have any of that from the last Top Hanger that you just like, you had this cool concept, you really wanted it to work and it just didn't, so you end up either rewriting it entirely or just cutting it out?
Yep, I have a perfect example for you. It was the Polaris battle. I think even Robbo and Sim was also involved in it, and Ben doesn't know. So the idea initially, the idea was in the whole episode, because blowing up Drake ships is the running gag. So we always do that on Top Hanger episodes, right?
Do it on mine too.
Yeah, we even did that on the Aurora MR Machinima episodes. So it's just like the Top Gear thing where they destroy caravans and RV campers, and just, that's the Drake for us. So the idea in the Polaris battle, the original plan for the Polaris battle was the two Polarises will battle. The script was different. It was meant to be the two fully loaded Polarises. They will do the 3 dump hills track, and they will try to shoot each other down, and it's just a race. But the torpedoes would not be allowed, so that we can actually have a proper race. So that was the original idea. But the finish line was supposed to be a wall of Cutlass Blacks. So we were gonna park them like a wall, like at a further distance, and the Polarises were gonna fly through them. That was the initial idea. But I was really concerned that how are we going to do it, because we will need at least 12 or 14 people to man those Drake ships, and how are we going to grab 14 people? So and I was like, that's just all I was thinking about, that this is what we want to do. So reached out to Venku, shout out to Venku from Northfield, that this is what we're doing, and he's like, yeah, we'll sort it out. We will find 2 orgs for you. So he found 2 orgs, the Aurora Alliance and the Independent Miners Guild, one night before the shoot. So I made proper PowerPoint present PDF files to explain what we're doing. It was because it was so many people were going to be involved. That's the biggest shoot I've done. So there was like 4-page PDF document of what we're doing, what's going on, so that everybody's on board. But the good thing is Venky read that because he knew what was going on and he was on top of it. One night before the shoot, I was so concerned. Think about it. How are you going to do this? It's just a finish line shot of 2 Polarises flying through, which will be over in 5 seconds or 10 seconds most. But majority of my shoot will focus on that just to get that sorted out. I thought, and while I'm sleeping, and most of my ideas, most of my scripts, no joke, they come when I can't sleep and I think about in my bed. So that's where majority of the ideas, most of the gags come to me when I'm just lying in my bed and thinking about things, or when I'm drawing. So right then, one day, so we were going to shoot at 7 a.m. That one night before that, I thought, this is stupid. I need to change this because Star Citizen will be so buggy, it will not allow that. I thought, okay, let's just blow up Drake ships. We'll just park the Drake ships around and I'll change the script. So I didn't even go to SC, but I scratched that whole idea just before the shoot. And man, in this case, it was such a good choice because now the battle looks awesome with everything just blowing up. And forget about the finish line. That doesn't even matter. Now, another thing is that first I edited that piece, that whole Polaris battle. That's I did it with just music. I thought I would record my dub later. I'll just edit it. That edit is beautiful. Without my commentary, Jack Arson speaking, that cut is beautiful. The music is just so good. And I really didn't want to do I just wanted to do it, leave it as it is, but then it wouldn't be top hanger. You'd need the little bit of commentary in there. So I will release that later, just that cut on its own, because it's beautiful. So that's one instance where I had to scratch it. Other than that, I don't think I ever had to cancel anything. No. One biggest problem we ran into was when I started doing the Aurora MR episodes, like a star and a reasonably priced Aurora MR. And Red's Resort came into the shoot to do that. And we went to the New Deal and we wanted to do the FOIP. That's the day I discovered that the FOIP doesn't work like that. So your FOIP is only visible on your screen. I cannot see the other character's FOIP at all. Imagine that. Like I had
sometimes that even happens with head tracking.
Yeah,
obviously I avoid the FOIP like the plague, but even sometimes I can't see other characters' head tracking,
desync.
Or it's completely just off from what's happening.
Yep. So that was the issue. I did not know that before then. We had the whole interview planned. And the idea was we will go to the New Deal. He'll sit there. I'll set up my camera. He'll set up his camera. He will record it on his end. I'll record it on my end. And I'll edit it together. This will be the easiest thing to do. Well, guess what? My guest is there. We timed up. And I look like a noob. Like, oh, I can't even see your... But Red was so cool. He was like, oh, that's a problem. And he immediately understood that's a big problem. How am I going to do it? So we eventually discovered, that's when we found out that, okay, I have to be both the characters. Let's just record the interview, do the audio, and then I will be Red's Resort's character as well and myself as well. So, and even in Top Hanger, all the news, all the FOIP is just me. But Robo was there, sitting there, moving his head.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I see a name in the Twitch chat.
Kyosa!
I'm going to greet him the way he greets everybody else. Hello.
And I think Kyosa hasn't even seen the video yet. I don't think Kyosa has seen Top Hanger 2 because there's a big shout out to him in the video. I hope you have seen it, Kyosa. It was
Well, apparently my audio is doubled.
Yeah, that's what he's
saying. The whole
saying.
YouTube stream that's doubled.
Really?
Was that not on purpose?
No. And I have no idea how to fix that. I have no idea how to fix it because it's just running normal for me. Like there's the no idea, man. Really?
Yes,
actually-
let's
I
get
wonder
to
if
the
you have-
Polaris scene.
I was.
Inside. There's a secret there.
What's that?
I was the one that was originally like pinging everyone in Anzia, like, oh my god, Lenses, put your Lego in there frozen. Empty. Give back your Legos in the Polaris.
Okay. Oh my god, there's been echo in the. Oh, I don't. Unbelievable. Yeah, Kyosa, you need to watch it, mate. Yeah, I don't understand. Why is there echo? That's weird. Hold on a second.
Frozen. Empty. Give back.
Yeah, everybody's echo. Sorry?
I'm gonna go to sleep. now.
Okay, we'll do it. No worries. Good night from Sama.
No, it's
Right, bud.
Good night, Summer.
That's weird. My voice is not doubling up. Everybody else is doubling up. I have no idea why it's doing that. There's only one
So are
source.
you? I think it might be because you're streaming your desktop audio and Discord audio.
No. It's your audio is strictly coming. I don't have a desktop audio source at all. That's the issue I ran into a long time ago, and it's just I just don't have that source. But let me
Interesting.
try this.
Well, everyone
There's-
gets to hear two of me on YouTube. Sorry.
Hold on. I'm just gonna wait to watching my YouTube stream and see. I think I might have actually fixed it. Waiting. I think it's fixed now. Nobody's talking. It's just me.
Test.
I mean, I guess echo with an echo does make sense.
Echo. Yeah.
Test.
There's two
Yeah,
echoes.
how about a single?
The two echoes here anyway. Yeah. There's two
I'm
echoes
going
here.
to say. I'm going to say test once. Test. As opposed
Okay.
My
to
natural
test,
state
test,
I
there.
test,
fixed
test,
it.
test,
I
test,
think I
test.
fixed it. There you go. See, this is a LensNation stream. We will eventually fix everything, and then the stream will just cut out.
So I assume Twitch was fine then, right? The Twitch stream didn't have the doubling.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, he didn't do the draw. I'll do the draw. Or shall we do the draw? Let's get Summer to do the. Let's do the t-shirts draw. Shall we do that? Let's have a little bit of excitement here.
T-shirt drawer.
T-shirt draw, yes. Hello, Erodorus.
Let's go.
Erodorus. Yep. Let's do the t-shirt draw, and then we will continue on. Go on, man.
Oh, was it hype?
Hype trainer. All 15 people watching, all of you, 6 or 7 of them are just us talking. So, hey, but Kyosa, I fixed it. There was something I did, but I don't know what. Kyosa, you need to watch the Top Anchor episode 2. There's a beautiful shout out to you, mate. And I kept telling Rob all this time, like, okay, I'm waiting for Kyosa to watch this episode. Sama?
Yeah, he's been waiting on you, man.
Yeah, I keep telling Robo, I don't think Kyosa has still seen it.
By the way, I have to give a huge shout out to Kyosa for their
He's awesome.
commitment when it comes to doing the voice of Turnkey, and just I know I can always rely on them, and they're just a lot of fun to play with too. And then for those of you who haven't watched his streams, definitely tune in every once in a while. He does some fun stuff, usually pirating, but he usually just gets into shenanigans while playing. So certainly worth your time to watch him.
Hey, Kyosa is
You're great, Kyosa.
is the guinea pig. He is so awesome, because when I used to do the hold the line, I just threw it at him. Oi, need you, come. And he would just, the time zone is so weird that he would wake up and he'd be like, oh yeah, what are we doing today? And he's on live stream with us. Like, I even threw him to the Space Coder stream where he had no idea what we were discussing, and he just still went there and he still nailed it. Kyosa is amazing. He's awesome. I call he's one of the best people I've met on Twitter. Kyosa. We have already given him a shout out, but give him one more shout out, Sam. Let's give Kyosa another shout out. There was another thing I was gonna say. My favorite thing in your machinima is when Kyosa says no. When you say you're gonna kill his Moby feet.
Well, yeah, you had even helped me with that, because I remember I kind of gave you like a bit of a review, and you would kind of help shape that a little bit more, because at that point I was kind of
Dude,
a little bit
I
exhausted on
actually,
things.
bro, I need your help with something. With my next machinima, there's a thing that I'm stuck with the editing wise, and I'm like, okay, I gotta show it to you and ask you what is the best way of doing this. So I will catch up with you tomorrow, I reckon. Sometime I'm gonna ping you. This is for the next machinima, which is all 90% there. It's just one thing I need to work out. How do I do this? And if Ben, you're online tomorrow, we can go in the game and shoot that sequence which is still pending, the ship just the climax shot.
No problem.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Robbo. I'm in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Because I will do this in the morning, because morning time on Sunday works with me and Robbo. If in the evening, if it doesn't work out, then I'll ping you and we'll do it.
Yeah, so
We will show you a
so
sneak peek today of this.
So you're going to bed after this, and then in the morning.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
8 a.m. or something.
okay,
I'm just waiting on Sama to jump in, because we will show you. I want to show you a sneak peek of the machinima, which is the next one, and it's a very different. It's a thriller, horror thingy, which I'm doing. Summer, we are waiting for you. He's taking medicine for his sore throat. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear Ben's rendition of the lines.
Oh,
Pretty proud of what I.
he's
pretty
nailed
proud
it.
of what I put down. Yeah. That's some of the best acting I've done.
All I'm gonna say is I'm very proud of my choices to pick the two of you for those voices. That's it. It's all credit to me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, Ben hated it though. Okay, let's summarize here. Come on, man. All right, let's go to webcam. Now I hope I have the webcam browser source here. Do I? Guest cam might. No, keep talking. I need to bring the web camera in. I did that. That's weird.
We could do ASMR. Here's some cellophane.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we make these streams as we go, so I'm gonna add the browser's media capture source, which will be the capturing device, sorry, isn't it? Video capture device, yes. A new one, okay. It should be the... Oh, I don't... It's not showing up, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I will do it on this camera. Yeah. Oh, he's coming back, he's grabbing something.
Screw it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do it live anyway. Okay. So Summer's got a container for the chits and stuff. Oh, hold on. There's one chip that still needs to go in there. I totally forgot.
He's putting his own name in.
No, I ran out of paper.
It's a stitch up.
Dude, I already printed my top hanger t-shirt. I've already done it. I got 2 for myself. There you go. I put another grab it. Okay, so
Two-step authentication.
So you need to show that what you did. Oh, let me zoom out.
Two-step authentication.
Two-factor authentication. Fat saying something. Yeah, not a problem. Fat is a little bit away from the computer for a bit. Good luck to everybody. This is for the t-shirt giveaway, and remember, this is the shipping needs to be paid, okay? But here we go. The first winner is...
How many do I get out?
Yeah, just pick one. Pick one. Okay, and read the name, please. He's enjoying it more than...
RFL.
Here is the first one. R flag 88. Everyone clap, please.
Woohoo!
Yeah! Hey,
Well done,
go on.
congrats!
R flag 88 is the first winner. Second, you don't have to do all that drama because we need to pull 9.
Oh, 9. Isn't that everybody?
9 names.
Isn't that all of them?
No, there's 22 names in there. Minus 23 and pick. What are you doing?
There's
Are you
20
literally looking for the ones like...
No, is there 22 in there?
Yeah, 22 chits. The second one is... Froze. It's not frozen. It's not frozen gaming. It's literally froze. Hey!
Congrats, Brian!
Blackbird is back.
Froze! Second winner. Pick another.
Lord Barkley.
Lord Barkley from Twitter. One person I personally know. He looks exactly like Jared, by the way.
Congrats, Lord Barkley!
With
He
his
looks
beard or
exactly-
without his beard?
He looks exactly like Jared.
Jared with his beard or without his
Yeah,
beard?
Jared with his beard. Very good question, Samra. I like it. Very good question.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're gonna pick the alternatives. If anybody doesn't show up, then these are the people I'm gonna contact if they're not happy to. This is a very tough name. NVU Centrolari. The YouTube names. So
Yay, congrats, complex
Who
person.
gets the Nomad?
complex person, yes.
Who gets the Nomad?
Nomad will. I have the video for that. I'm gonna show that. After this, we'll do the Nomad right away. Sunday Priest. How come? I know Echo's name is there in there as well, by the way. So it'll be awesome if Echo's name gets picked. Okay, Sunday Priest.
Pick me! You can dance in there, I believe in you.
Echo believes in you. Oh, this is a very tough name. I had a tough time writing it. Read this. Okay, it's Sheikh Mustafid Hamid 4951.
Yay,
are-
let's go!
I think we're sending
so
it
long.
to Middle East. Yeah, long person name. Seventh person is
Here's a good username along those same lines. Shake your booty.
Shake Your Booty. Sahu 9444. Yes, Sahu, go it. We will contact you, maybe. Two more to go, guys. Two more to go. Pick Echo. Come on, pick Echo.
It's not Echo.
Come on.
Echo.
That's definitely not Echo. Oh, I know this guy. Bad Mofo J. That's a pretty cool.
Only 9 or?
Last one. Last name. Here
Congrats,
we
Bad
go.
Mofo J. Oh, last one?
Last one. Ninth. Come on. That's the one. Pick it. Yep. Because it fell out. We need to. Come on.
Tempathy.
10 pets! He's in the chat right now.
Is that Tempathy?
Yeah, that's him. Congrats, man. You're the last one.
Empathy, congrats! Let's go!
Here's what I will do, though. This is the T-shirt award winners. R Flag 88, Froze, Lord Barkley, Navustantro Sunday Priest, Sheikh Mustafid, Sahu 9444, Bad Mofo J, and 10 Pethy. So what I'm gonna do, however, because 10 Pethy is right here, right now, I will contact R Flag, Froze, and Lord Barkley. If any one of them doesn't reply back, or if they're not wanting the T-shirt, I will contact 10 Petty first.
Can I read these anyways? Can I read these anyways?
You can read, you can read the rest of them 100%, just so that you know they're not fake. Go on. So there was, these are the people who wanted to. There is Trax Andre Game 7880. You can read it.
Dono Cockcraft 550.
Dono Coco Craft. These are the people who participated, but Power 5. Yazerodi 74, man, very complex names, guys.
I think I
And
found
Echoes,
Echoes.
this is the guy who's already bought 2 other T-shirts. He's got an Aurora and another one. I don't remember.
I
2
found
T-shirts.
This is got to be Echoes.
He found you finally, Echo. Erodorus was also one
Hey
of the
there.
people. Erodorus, if you want to get the T-shirt anyway, just get in touch with me. I mean, there's no
NTC
reason why I
Transport.
shouldn't be able to give it away. Alia and Gotten 3117 NTC Transport. Oh yeah, this is my mate from SnowRunner.
And Rubensaurus. the
And
Lord
Rubensaurus.
giveaways.
Oh my god, the Lord of Giveaway is the last shit to be picked. How the turns have tables.
Huh?
Yeah. Thank you, Summer, for your
Okay, I want to see who wins the
swift,
Nomad,
your very light fingers.
though. I want to see who wins the Nomad, though.
Okay, Nomad, I've already picked the winner.
That describes
Because,
him in more ways than one.
but I will play the footage of that. So what I did, because there was the people who helped out with the Polaris video, everyone, they had 5 entries each.
Should we
Yeah.
whose
we-
lenses
we- yeah. Discord has
lens with us?
just killed Lens's audio.
Oh, okay. I think,
can
is it
use it
okay
now.
now? My microphone was a little bit
Uh oh.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
His-
he's
his-
investigating.
His box is lighting up, but I
Oh,
don't hear him anymore.
hold on a second.
Lights are on, but
Oh,
nobody's
oh,
home.
oh, 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 oh.
There we
Okay,
go.
yeah.
There he is.
Here we
There
go.
he is.
You're back.
Here we go.
You're
Sorry
back.
about that. But I think, well, get used to this. You know it by now. Things go wrong
No,
here.
you're gone again.
What?
You are. Now you're back.
I don't know why
Say-
it's
say
that's
something.
happening. Hello, hello, hello.
No, he's
Nope.
intermittent.
I'm not
Nope,
here.
You're in and out. That is wild.
Oh yeah, my microphone is
Nonchalant
Average.
speak.
my microphone
Average
is
Discord moment, honestly.
my microphone is
Yeah.
connecting and disconnecting. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
even yeah, we're on.
Oh,
we're
wow.
In his Discord, and he's the one that Discord won't let in. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay.
I wonder if it's connection.
Let me see. Hello?
There.
Hello?
No.
Yeah,
Hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Keep talking.
Can you hear
Keep
me?
talking. No.
You're saying no, but
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like connection issue.
Yeah.
'Cause I hear you and then I
something's-
don't, and then it sounds kind of robotic.
Yeah. This has happened before.
Not much you can do
No.
about it, unfortunately.
No. Yeah, the stream can hear me. So guys, hear me on the stream. Yeah, it's Discord doing funky things. Let me show you what it's doing. I can show you this screen because I am connected.
So now it's gone back up to green connected, so it might have just been like a drop.
Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys hear me
Hello,
on the
hello, hello,
Discord?
You can hear you. Yeah.
You can. So it's my sources are changing back to back.
You dropped
Oh,
off
you
again.
got-
then.
Yeah, it's
Gotta love
this
it.
is the same problem that happened before.
Interesting.
Yeah, this has
Well, I see our ping is pretty high in this voice channel.
it's crazy. I don't know what to do about this. I'm just quickly gonna play the video of the winner of the Nomad because the stream can hear me. I'm gonna go ahead with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because every person who helped with the Polaris battle, they had 5 entries each, and I had to do the custom giveaway recording of that. So I did that draw yesterday, and I have a footage of that. So I will play that footage for you guys now. So did it here on this website, which fetches your. So here we go. As a sim there. It's BenHart1675 with the comment. Fantastic stuff. Really enjoyed this. You got it just right. Can't wait for the next episode. I have sent him a contact message already, an email, and so far no response. But and then I picked 2 other winners, and one of them is actually Sim. Sim actually came out in the draw. So if this person, Ben Hart, doesn't respond, then I will get in touch with you, Sim, and you can have the Nomad. So is the audio okay in the Discord from my side?
Yeah, it seems to
Yeah.
be,
You're.
Yeah, it seems
you're
to have
coming in
stabilized.
You're
Okay.
consistently coming through now. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Oh my God. Good night, Summer. All right, Fat. Continue. And I think we will have a couple more questions, and then I'll play the sneak peek of the next machinima, and then we can all say good night or good morning or good afternoon and step away. How does that sound?
Oh man, that sounds good. Let me think of a question here. Actually, here's something that happens to me and probably happens to you. When you're doing location shooting, outside a hangar or outside of or not being inside of a ship. What is two things. What is like your favorite location to shoot, and what is a location that you hate so much that you just won't go there when you play Starcitizen because you're just so sick of seeing it?
The biggest problem, which you already touched upon, is the storms on planet side, because the stance changes and you just have to wait for it to clear. So I really don't enjoy that at all. Like on the ground shooting, it's very, very hard. You just, and that's also a really weird way your character stands, isn't it? Like it just doesn't look good at all.
Over.
Yeah, it doesn't look good from any angle. Like what kind of pose is that? That's one. And then there is the place I'd never really go. Forget about the shoot. I just don't like that location at all, and a lot of people will be offended by this. I think Echo loves that place. It's the Orison. I don't like Orison at all.
Really? I hate Orison now just because of the
totally
difficulties of shooting there. I had one time that like I was there so much that I just despise going there now, just out of PTSD.
No, man. I just don't like the long commutes. It's just.
What's your favorite place to shoot?
It's actually Laurel.
Yeah. Okay.
I really, really do love Laurel. It's fun. But now Top Hangar has moved to Microtech because of the lighting. Now it will have to be Microtech, but I actually love Laurel a lot. I love playing my game there.
It's funny. I think Hurston is sort of the quote unquote trash planet, obviously with how Laurel deals with those things and sort of the Hurston aesthetic of this sort of wasted planet. But genuinely, I think Hurston is one of my favorite places to shoot, especially because this is a very, very specific detail. Often location scouting, we aim for a lot of places in the north side of Hurston because, there's specific locations you can go on Hurston where the sun never sets because I guess Hurston doesn't have a big axial tilt, or at least that's how it's simulated. So Farnsway is always sunset. Zephyr is always sunset. Even Maker's Point, the sun changes a little bit, but it's always kind of a certain. It never becomes nighttime there, and I find myself going to those places, and they're really just pretty all the time. If you ever just need sunset shots and you can't just find the location, it's like just go to the North Pole of Hurston.
I've got a funny story about Zephyr. I went there when the Pulses first came out, and I got my bike set up next to the fire there in the middle of the town. I thought this would be great. As the sun goes down, a bit of dark, then shadowy in the back, and a bit of light on them. And I waited a long, long time, and it never
wanted it. Oh, you actually wanted it. You wanted it to set on you, but it never would. That's great.
Yeah, I wanted that. Do you know that peak where it goes from being twilight to dark, and then you get the shadows on the vehicle from the flames? And I really wanted that. So I sat there, taking a couple of shots. So no, I need it to be that little bit darker. I should have probably gone to like shade, like some kind of shader or something. I would like turn down my contrast or something. I just wanted that, and I was waiting there for at least 2 hours, and then I went, "Why is it not setting? Did I miss something? Did I walk away when the sun was down or something?" And then I worked out. I looked at them. I went, "Damn, it's on the North Pole, and it never gets dark there."
So this is where I give a huge shout out to if you haven't used it, you guys probably have used this tool, verseguide.com.
Oh, epic tool. Yes.
Yes. Insanely useful even from a gameplay perspective, but from a machinima perspective, they even have a daylight map, and that's how I figured out that Zephyr never sees the night is you can see how the daylight is actually mapped on the planet.
Mate,
a bunch of locations that never.
They have actually hidden it now. Like you have to click on the buttons. In the previous version of the verse guide, daylight was always visible and the slider was always present. So they have made this UI change. Proud user of verse guide since 2021. From the very beginning in Machinima, that's what I've used. Yep.
If you remember, during the Polaris race, we were running out of daylight and needed more shots.
Yeah.
And the guys in the orgs that showed up, they were
epic.
They were on it. They were
great.
They went looking for we started losing the light. Guys immediately flew away and went looking for mountains that looked just like ours that are in the daylight. They were on verse guide. They were triangulating. Yeah. And in, 5 minutes, they said, boom, come to us, come to our marker. Yeah. And they found it, and we finished the shoot.
It was really good experience. I couldn't believe that we were able to pull off the Polaris battle that you see, the whole Polaris battle that you see. That literally is one take. It's just one take. That's all it is. And then most of it after that was just us flying at completely different location and just shooting there depending on the light.
I think it overall
Yeah.
ended up 3 locations. wasn't it?
Three or
At
four
least 2.
locations, and every single time they would transport the spare Drake ships. Like it was, I understood the power of a great org that day. Another thing that I should tell you is like Vanku.
I got the distinct feeling that logistics is a thing they do on the daily.
They do
because
very,
they were
very
on it
well.
So fast.
So Northfield, Vanku, I know that Echo also uses them quite a lot. They help them out a lot. They also organize races. So here's the thing, Vanku and his org, who I reached out initially to be part of the shoot, as part of being the one team, they're not even there racing. He organized these 2 orgs for me. He's like, they've both come, so just use them. Don't have to shoot us. Just, that's okay. Don't even have to give us a shout out. And I was like, man, come on. No way. I changed the script, even though that script gets very long. It's a bit convoluted. Like, I reached out to Northfield and they reached. That's the genuine story. That's what happened. There was no need for that to be in the script, but because they helped out so much, I had to, like, say that what a beautiful org. They were there. They had their own 2 Polarises and they didn't even get involved in the shoot. Do you guys want to see some B-roll? But I have to show you this. The crazy stuff that Summer and Sim were doing. They were blowing up. Because after all the shoot was over, everybody in the Polaris started shooting their torpedoes and we had a great time.
Yeah.
So you guys continue talking and I will play. Watch this though. So that's Sim and Summer. That's them walking around. And these guys are trying to kill them.
I'm going to leave you all to guess which one is Summer. He'll be the one that absolutely cannot stand still.
Yes, he loves to move around. Dude, all the Polarises, I think we had 6 Polarises, they all tried to kill the 2 of them. They could not kill them. They tried everything, but they just couldn't kill these 2. I'm going to watch this. The draft will blow them away. There. It blew up with a curry, and these guys, and he threw the shafts. I've been saving this. That's definitely Summer. And then they started torpedo bombing. The torpedoes are great.
And the torpedoes were very intimidating from third person.
Yeah. Here's the sun. Look
Even
at that.
Oh yeah. So good.
Here we go. And there.
Yeah, truly, this game is
It's crazy.
unlike anything else out there, especially when it comes to machinima making. I mean, it's like sometimes you do stuff and you're like, wow, it actually looks like this.
Yeah.
And it's such a testament to like the complexity
Absolutely.
that's in this game and why it has so many problems sometimes. It's like the bugs themselves are complex because of the complexity of the game.
Well, but just think if they get stability worked out, then they're going to have more believable terrain and lighting at some point. That it just blows my mind. It's like it looks this good as a buggy mess. What is it going to look like when they do all that?
Yeah.
Well, they showed
It's amazing
some
when it
stuff
works.
at the con for the marsh planet and the jungle planet. And
Yeah.
I was just sat there, just like,
Yeah.
what the?
Dagobah,
My
right?
jaw was on
That's
the-
Dagobah.
My jaw was on the floor. If it only looks 2/3 that good when
Yeah.
it's really implemented, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's fun. I absolutely love it making machinima in it, like and the scope of talk. I mean, we just run out of time and the struggles that we have in the game, but this is a full-fledged thing. There's so much you can do with the top hanger or even others. Oh my god! I just saw the Polaris glitch. It's so much that this Polaris is gonna glitch you. Yeah. There's a delay. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Like 6, 7 Polarises just going. This was also the thing why we did the Polaris. Coming back to your question that you asked, like how do you pick the ships, right? I actually sort of canceled Top Hangar, and I thought I was not gonna do Top Hangar because it's so much effort to do it, and to do the FOIP is a nightmare. So I wasn't gonna do it. And also, if I wanted to carry on, I wanted to have 2 other members with me who will be part of the series. When Polaris got launched, again, this idea came to me while I was trying to sleep on my bed that, oh, this is the perfect ship to do it, to introduce the cast, because it's such a big ship. One person cannot review it. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to ever do Top Hangar, this is the time to launch it back again. That's why Polaris got picked. This whole episode is a vehicle to launch the series pretty much. Next episode of Top Hangar, it will be the independent episode of Richard Dash. He will be reviewing a Sulan. So that sets up his character arc being a alien lover. Then there is the next episode after that will be James August doing the Connie luxury variant to set up his story arc. The next one after that will be a special episode where I think we'll do a ground race. And I will not reveal this, but we have a commissioned episode for the end of the year, which is another very, very special episode, which you guys know
I
about.
don't think I've heard about this.
I didn't tell you about
have I
it?
heard about this?
Yeah, we are doing a
I don't
very,
think so.
very special episode. And
Well,
that
don't spoil it, but commissioned
Yeah.
by who?
it's not CIG.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it's equally important. It's a very cool
Okay.
concept, and when I got approached for that, I was like, oh hell yeah, oh yes, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, commissioned it. We're not getting paid for it. It's just that they will
No,
definitely
no.
advertise it and they will promote it. I know that at the end of the year we will get a lot of visibility because that episode will go far and wide. And one thing that happens, I mean, algorithm absolutely hates me. Kalani has done a big deep dive into my stats. I haven't still tapped into most of the Star Citizen Machinima watchers. So when the episode 2 came out, this episode has the most views of all my videos. The first episode also gained quite a number of views. So people watch this and they go watch episode 1. They also went ahead and watched the Aurora MR episodes. So I am targeting to release 4 or 5 episodes by the time we reach the end of the year, so that, well, if somebody is interested, they all start watching the whole series, because that episode will get some visibility. That's the idea. All right.
All right, no pressure. Cool.
Yeah, this will be more pressure on your voice acting skills, pretty much.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, oh, Ben, you sound awesome.
Yes,
And like I said,
great voice.
your part of the Polaris video is hands. I feel like the best part with the characters involved. Your portion.
I think it's the choice of music, man. Because like it's also like, you know, upbeat and everything, and then it just pops into this sort of, you know, it's weird sort of plinky plonky.
Yeah.
Chill.
Do you know
And I'm
how
just
hard
like,
it was?
like,
Oh my
that is
god.
a different vibe, man.
It was so hard to pick music for you, and your section is the most complicated edit because it had to land properly. It was too good, and I just didn't want. I edited your section 3 times. First, I did it with one piece of music which just didn't work, and your first cut was just you talking back to back. There was no interlude. There was no B-roll at all, and I thought that's ridiculously boring. Because if you remember, that was the idea, that you will just talk. And then I thought, no, we need to have breaks. So we started doing breaks, and your piece has 4 different types of music. 4 different tracks play when you are doing your section. Rob has 2, I have 2.
Right, I think my favorite bit of the episode is actually, it's like a 3-second cut where you're like panning or something round, you like going round to the right of the Polaris, and it's like does like a weird choppy cut to the sound of the music.
Oh,
And I was
That's
like,
in
man,
Rob's
that's cool.
section. That's in Rob's section, I reckon.
that
it
that
could
was
be.
that was the reggae tune, and you had the
Yeah.
little guitar pick on the music screen going.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's yes.
When it did
Yeah.
that, I was like, oh, he's really pulling out the stops at the top. That's great.
Yeah.
The
Oh no,
minute
I love
the minute I
editing.
saw that, yeah.
I absolutely.
Well,
I think Fat's also ridiculously good. Here's one thing though, Fat. I'll tell you what. The music that you use in your videos just works so well, and you really edit so good to that. I cannot edit to that music because I do not like that music at all.
Yeah, I'm a very musically inclined. No, that's fair.
You like it's like jazz blues tunes, and I just can't. Sorry.
I do almost
Well-
find it sort of a fun challenge to like find music that it's a little unorthodox, especially
Yeah.
the juxtaposition between a space game and that. And yes, I do love that style of music because it's kind of like what I play when I play bass or guitar. But
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love the
it's-
music in your videos, man.
It's really
It's
good. It's
fun.
really hip.
awesome.
and a lot of times the music is actually the driving factor for a lot,
It's
like the
always is.
Starlancer video, for example. I had no plans to make that Starlancer video, and while I was looking for music for my bigger project, I stumbled upon that song, and I was just like, "Yep." I almost became obsessed with getting it done, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna sidebar here real quick." And the Starlancer video will be a part of the bigger story, and that's kind of something I'm trying to do is like make
That's
all these little
nice.
spin-offs, but actually feed some of the lore behind, Kiyosa's character and certain things. But I became so obsessed with that song. It was stuck in my head for a month, and I know people said the same thing, when they watched it, because it's such a good song, but it's so much fun to kind of use something you wouldn't expect in Star Citizen. You hear a lot of orchestral music or maybe EDM style music, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do the funk thing because like that's kind of fun. Oh yeah, what if I use lyrics from this soul singer, and it works so well with the
It does.
Starlancer.
It does, and also Echo. I don't know if she's still here. The kind of music Echo picks is, and the way she edits is ridiculously good. There's one clip that she did when Polaris came out, where she's put her character on it and she's dancing on the top of Polaris. Oh,
Yeah,
that
funny as.
have you seen it? Like, oh my god, that is so good. I don't know if Echo's still here. You know
don't
that?
remember that.
Do you not remember that?
Are you sure that was me?
Yeah, that was you. Let me find it actually.
Yeah,
I can.
one of your
Oh.
shorts.
Yeah, it's a
I know
shot
the one.
where you're dancing on
You
top
mean
of the Polaris.
the main
Oh,
video I make? Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that music. You also pick some really, because you pick the sort of K-pop and anime music, and you throw into like it's just like what? It just works. It works so well.
Actually, amusingly, Echo, you linked a mix of tunes back in the last Scarlet Apex. It was like music for races or something, and it's just like 10 tunes or something. That's in like one of the playlists I like fly into rocks with. Like I've got like a bunch of like weird drum and bass and then EDM and some like synth pop stuff and yeah, and just in the middle of that. So like if you find like you've got like 100 views on that video, that's probably just me listening to that back to back.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah.
Mistrust is
I think
very
it
heavily into anime.
Yeah, very much so.
Oh,
very much
lovely.
Oh, I think Fat. Any other question? Because otherwise, we shall. I'm just respectful of everybody's time. Hi. I mean, it's not that I'm like you're here to ask questions, but I'm absolutely exploiting you. So thanks for being exploited. Welcome to Lorville.
Yeah, hopefully I did good. It's my first time as host here. Because I could talk for hours on nerding out over editing stuff.
Oh, we have
and
been raided.
the machinima side.
Welcome. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna cut in. Croncy is raiding. Hey, Croncy, how are you doing, man?
Yep.
Welcome.
Good to see you.
That's Echo's voice. We're just doing top hanger questions, answers, giveaway, the thing, talking about hey Sham Pasta, Astria. Welcome, guys. Oh no, that's okay. Croncy, I know the time zone. He's past his bedtime, man.
Terrible behavior.
Because he's East Coast, right? We are West Coast. So, yeah, hello from Perth, everyone. Oh, Fishers is Mr. The Mystic Mustache is here. Welcome.
Fantastic screenshots, sir. Amazing screenshots.
Amazing screenshots. Everybody, W. Peregrine, obviously we know which ship he likes to fly. The real Sandig. Welcome, guys. We are talking about the Top Hangar. So I don't know how many of you actually know about it. It's a machinima based on Top Gear that we did. And Sim, if you'll be kind enough to post the link. So once, if you want to get acquainted, you can watch it. So there was a giveaway in that machinima. There was a CEO Nomad and there was a Top Hangar Polaris t-shirt. There were 3 Top Hangar Polaris t-shirts that we were going to give away. So we did the draw out of all these names. We picked the names already. And also did the Nomad giveaway. So that's what we're doing. And we have Fatbird, amazing, awesome machinima maker, technically a master of edits, loves Da Vinci.
Thank you.
As a first host today. And the cast is here with Richard Dash and James August. And also Echo, somewhere here in the room. Echo.
Hello.
That really works, hey? Echo somewhere in the room. Echo. I think right now you should talk about Crux Cup because that's the shameless plug we want to do. Which is.
Oh my goodness. If you haven't heard of the Crux Cup, where have you been hiding in the Star Citizen community? It is the biggest spaceship race in the game. It is the culmination of multiple organizations and content creators running incredible endurance races for the benefit of all. You can go to anzaracing.com to check them out. You can go to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/anzaracing. We're running a 24-hour ship endurance race in March, at the end of March. It is the ultimate stage, said to be the greatest endurance race of all time. Go check out the Crux Cup. You can go to our YouTube, you can see all of our racing history there. You're gonna see some incredibly skilled pilots, and even CRG are bringing racers to this. They will race in the 24-hour race too. Hope to see you there.
How much time to do the test laps or whatever before the 24-hour?
Qualification has begun. Sign-ups are open for the Crux Cup. Qualification will end on March 7th. So there's just under a month to get those qualifications in to progress to these races. And these are some of the most heavily prized events in Star Citizen. I would say this one is probably the biggest prize pool we've had ever. It's our 10th year of racing, so I've released all of the limits on everything that I'm giving away. We are giving away 8,000 USD worth of racing prizes across all of our racing classes, and there's so many for first, second and third and all kinds of races. And for the Crux Cup 24-hour, we are giving away a Saber Raven code and Valkyrie Liberator editions and 2-digit serial number Peregrines. There's incredibly rare ships to be won at the Crux Cup this year.
So I'll post the link for nzracing.com in the Twitch chat. You guys can actually go there and sign up. It's very good and a really good. Astria has never heard of it. Well, you have heard of it now. So it's organized by Anzia Racing. Ozzy Gnarly One. Now that's a very good question. CIG going to supply the server pit crew to ensure the servers last that long? I'll let you answer that.
I hope so.
That's a very good answer.
CIG comes to these races every year. They love this event and they treat it as if it was one of their own. Maybe they'll incorporate it officially, like, they've hinted that the DMR rally, which is run by Atmo Esports, is now canonized. We hope that the same happens for our ship races too. So yeah, come be part of it. Come make gaming history with us. We're pushing ship racing to the absolute limit.
And Fisher has asked, will there be free cruise lux? Well, guess what? I am the sponsor for cruise this time in the Crux Cup. All the cruise bottles that you see right there in the chat, all
That's
supplied
right.
by
Lens
LensNation.
bought Cruise. Is
Cruise
now the
massively.
CEO of Crux Cup.
Yeah, I am.
And Cruise, so there you go.
That's a new can
You'll supply
lure
all
in
the
the
cruise
build now.
bottles.
That's beautiful. Okay, and that's,
If your server stays up for longer than 4 hours, immediately get to a doctor.
I've also posted a link to the Top Hangar episode 2 guys, the guys who are here from the raid from Croncy crew. That's the machinima that we are discussing today. Okay, now Fat, over to you once again, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We covered a lot today.
Yeah, we did.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, about some of the difficulties of shooting these. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else.
What I'm gonna do is, which I should have done, and I apologize for that. I'm actually gonna post your link, because your YouTube channel. I'm gonna do that while you talk.
Oh, thank you.
I
I
don't
don't know. I can't really think of a question.
Okay,
Don't worry.
yeah.
Don't worry,
Sorry, go
Sort it out.
What's my favorite thing to do in Star Citizen? Oh gosh.
Oh, good question. That.
Gameplay wise, I do enjoy the ground combat a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird. Like
Bunkers, eh?
I've been. It's weird because I've been trying to enjoy the contested zones, but I'm also a little bit of like a brain rot on Tarkov. So every time I get in a contested zone, there's something that doesn't quite scratch the itch, and I go back to Tarkov. But I'd say that's a lot of fun. Outside of that, genuinely, I think it's sort of self-fulfilling here, but I just like scouting locations and getting pictures and getting footage and just creating these stories in the game, because it's such a cool platform for all of us to be able to use Star Citizen the way that we use it. And like I said earlier, a lot of shooting this stuff and doing these machinimas with these complex stunts and scenes like shows me more of the game than anything else I've done in it. And when we pull something off, again going back to the dropping the STV on the roof, like when running that over and over with a crew and getting all the different camera angles and being like, wow, this actually works. Like I think that's the coolest thing. It's like how much can we push the game in certain ways, especially everyone knows how janky the physics can be at times, and sometimes it's weird. Like Star Citizen has some really janky physics, but then there's some times where it does something and you're like, how the fuck did that happen? Why did this not blow up in my face? I go back to the Star Lancer video when we pulled, there's that shot where we pulled the crate off of the Star Lancer as it's rotating around Maker's Point. I kept thinking, I was like, okay, let's set our bed spawns over here because we're all going to die trying to do this. Let's use the stand-in Star Lancer because that Star Lancer I had was so decked out in stuff that I was like, I didn't want to lose it. So I pulled in another one. I think it was my buddy Couch had pulled his Star Lancer. Even went and bought the paint so they matched. And when we pulled it off the grid, I was expecting like the server's gonna desync, it's gonna crash into it, and it just pulled off so flawlessly. I was like, man, that's so cool. That's so cool. That was like a one take shot we got of that working. We shot it a few more times because I'm a little bit psychotic when it comes to like, let's just get extra coverage, because like I come from a documentary background, so I'm always just doing more than you'll ever see in some of these videos. But yeah, just I don't know, you guys probably have the same experience dealing with the physics where you're like, wow, it just worked. It just worked this time.
When the camera works, it's just great.
I want to say there's a slim possibility that your shot that should have killed you may have been desync that worked in your favor, that no collisions happened, therefore you didn't blow up.
This is true. It's so funny, actually. I talked about this on the one stream I did on my channel where I kind of went over Spirit Breaker and sort of went through everything. But nobody likes the server error, but the server error one time allowed me to do a shot that I would never been able to replicate, and that was if you're if you're a Corsair owner, you know that elevator door only stays open for a second. And I had this scene where it was like I was trying to talk to this person in the Corsair while I'm standing in the elevator, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to shoot this in 5-second intervals and get the shot before the door closes. And as soon as it opened, server error, and it got the door stuck, and I was like, holy shit, I will never be able to shoot this. I am going to shoot more footage than I'd ever need of this conversation because I will never get it back.
Glitch is working for you since 2011.
Yeah,
Damn right.
and truth be told, I think I caused the server error because I got the Polaris stuck in the elevator, and it was doing some things that probably were unfavorable to the server physics.
Do you remember that? Oh, well, by the way, when we were doing the Polaris top hanger shoot, we will do it in the morning, me and Robo. And you were always there shooting. I think you were shooting your StarLancer video at that time. And there would be like 3 people in your server. Do you remember that day?
Oh, I'd hang on to them, so
Remember?
I would just camp on them.
So much of that was, this shoot was possible because you were in 3 people server, 7 people server. I think we used your server like 3-4 days back. Me and Robo.
Oh yeah,
we
I started
just
sending. I would ping like Kalani or ping Kios or whatever. I'd be like, yeah, hey, if you need to shoot something, come to my server because for some reason I've gotten lucky this patch where I get like 5-person servers.
Yeah, it was.
When we hopped in, I saw familiar names.
Yeah,
in
a
the
lot of
chat that I hadn't closed yet, and I go into the comms on the Moby, and I'm like, wait, there's like only celebrities in this. And
Yeah, there were a
nobody
lot of
else.
YouTubers and Twitch streamers there that day. Yeah. That was not. That was pretty cool.
Someone mentioned in the chat having someone hide in the cockpit and do open all. I wish that was the case. Unfortunately, with the elevator, no matter what, once the animation starts, you can't just spam the open all and the elevator would stay open. Even if you sat there and spammed it, it would close and then it would receive the message and then open back up. But yeah, as soon as it decides to close, like you can't stop it from closing, even if you do open all. That's how we handled it, right? Like I had somebody open it, but you just had to kind of deal with it, and then I got saved by the server error.
Oh, Kaveri, I totally forgot about your message. Sorry, Kaveri has joined on YouTube chat. We did the winners. I didn't have your name in the T-shirt giveaway. Did you leave a comment that you want to participate in the T-shirt giveaway? Because your name wasn't there but in the Nomad giveaway, the winner is Ben Hart and some numbers after that. And the T-shirt winners are, I'll just repeat it once again, 3 winners are Flag 88, Froze, and Lord Barkley. But I have actually drawn 6 more, just in case that if someone doesn't reply, those names are now very complicated. I think we just tried to pick very complicated names. There's NVU's Central Rare, Sunday Priest, Sheikh Mustafa Feed, Sahu 9444, Bad Mofo J, and Tenpethy. Those are the giveaway winners. But if you want the T-shirt, just get in touch anyway. If you're happy to pay the shipping and a little bit of the cost, because it's all going for a PC build for Alex 2079. And we're back again. Oh,
Something else.
Sorry, I was just gonna say to Kiyosa, he said he's gonna start racing. Brilliant. Kiyo World, you need to bring that back, man, and try not to get stream sniped this year, because that was a very cool concept. Yeah.
The only way to do that is to not stream it.
Yeah, true. That's true. Go on, Fat.
Yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention, again, not really a question, but I think this is really fascinating, and I think all of us experience this doing machinimas, is how much we find out what works and what doesn't work in the game. And we almost become really good bug testers because we end up kind of pushing the buttons to things that people don't normally encounter. For example, this is such a funny one, but I don't know if it still exists now, but if you want to try it out for people that are in the chat, if you have a Hornet, which most people do now, go over to Cutter's Rig, or Weeping Cove technically, and go and land specifically a Hornet on the beach. For some reason, the Hornet is a spawn platform for the NPCs. So when you go and land, suddenly all the NPCs will just spawn on top of your ship, and this became a funny thing we had to work around when we were shooting that scene, because every time we went and landed there, we had to have someone on standby that would either just kill all the NPCs and then drag them into the water so we could get them out of the shot. But it was like a thing that once we land the Hornet, we're like, okay, we can't take it off and land again because they'll just all respawn. Doesn't do that for any other ship. I mean, there maybe is another ship, but it's very funny that specifically happens with the Hornet at Weeping Cove, and it's a funny way to farm their armor if you want to do that too. So
that's
Interesting.
there are things that you figure out in the game, like especially doing machinima, like you have workarounds for a lot of things. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can do that, which normally you would never do in your normal gameplay. Also, hello to Herbie53, one of the fastest ground people in the world, is here in the chat. He was also my guest on the Knickknacks. So really a big help with the ground racing. The way this guy helps is just unreal. 07 to you. 053 to you, actually. Yeah, we know our Daymar troubles, so... A big shout out to Crucian, man. I rewatched the Daymar stream. My God. The kind of love I got from him, it was crazy. Beautiful. Thanks to
he's a great
Crucian.
host.
Great. Oh,
Cue the Leo DiCaprio meme.
it,
Whistling and pointing
yeah.
at the TV.
Yeah, I know. 8 to 9 hours of stream, and he didn't lose his energy. A lot of the credit that Atmo does, I even spoke to Echo about it, is Crucian's shoutcasting. He's a fantastic host.
There's no one quite like him with the amount of energy that he has. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
He didn't slow down. And I don't know how, but they don't even have technical issues. And I am the king of technical problems, so...
Oh, there's so much going on, because I actually got the opportunity to work with them on the last one. I was one of
Yeah.
the camera ships, so if you watch that stream, you probably saw
Yes,
my
you
name
were.
pop
You were
up.
there.
So,
I
were
saw
in
your
a-
name.
You were in a different server.
oh yeah, that's right. We talked about it. But yeah, it was fun, and it was fun working with some of the people in the background, like Cryo
Dex.
and Enigmatic, working the behind the scenes, and Vash as well. Like their talent and their skills and knowing how some of this works and just dealing with things on the fly. And obviously, we would have these meetings beforehand to talk about, what's the plan B if our NDI stream failed. We had our SRT stream up, and it was just on the fly. And it's fun, for me from a production standpoint. It's fun to
Yeah.
deal with that stuff. It does become kind of like this weird little, it's kind of addicting drama of having to just handle that. And afterwards, when it all finishes, you have this huge release when you're all are just like, oh, thank God it's all over. Obviously, on my end, I don't have to deal with as much as they do, because I was just a camera ship. But again, just hearing it and seeing how they work is very cool.
I imagine, like the first time I saw Echo do it, like I don't even know how she does it, how she manages like 10 different stream web feeds. I imagine these guys, Evan, Atmo, and Anzia, the way they do it is like, remember Matrix and the Architect? And there are screens all around them. I imagine these guys like that. Like just screens, and they're like, yeah, that one. Yeah, that not
Somewhere
don't take
off
lens.
camera is a wall of screens
That's
and guided
exactly like
PCs.
Yeah, don't use lens feed. He's crap. Yep, use this.
And-
use all like lime.
And the room gets real hot because of all the PCs running at full blast, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, and I have to say welcome to my OG Twitch watcher, subscriber, follower. Attention, attention, attention. Please pay attention to the chat above you, because our very esteemed guest, Julius Severicus Caesar Brutus III, has joined the chat. May you have an amazing stream today, citizen. Welcome, Severicus. That's the welcome he always gets, because he's the OG. And that's how I make sure that he always subscribes. Cheap shot. All right. A lot of people here, a lot of engagement happening. I wanna take this opportunity to play a little bit of the sneak peek of the next machinima, which will be releasing next week. Shall we? Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay. So you
Show
guys,
us the sneak peek.
people in the Discord, you will have to watch it on the stream because you will not receive the audio feed. So tune in to YouTube because we need more views there.
I'm already on it.
All right, beautiful. Of the 4 people watching, it's good to know that 2 of us are just us.
Yep.
All right, here we go. I'll just play the intro.
What a dump! Who would work here?
Life gets you round.
So how long has this guy been stuck on this outpost?
Don't know. Months. The brief wasn't clear. He was stationed here alone. Then the big storm came. Comms went down. No one could even do a supply run. And well, we are the first contact since then.
Well, I hope he rationed his supplies. I wonder what we'll find there.
Wonder if he's even alive at this stage.
Stuck out here in the middle of nowhere all alone? It's madness. It's just madness, man. Lights are still on, so the gins are working at least.
I'm going to open the airlock, grab the food supplies and join me.
Roger.
And they die after that. That's the story. And we are back. Yep.
Awesome.
Very
All
nice.
right. Yes.
So cool.
Yeah, thank you. I have loved making this one. Oh, something very different. Thriller, horror. Now, if you... Yes, Alex has said that he's seen it. So if you remember... So this is where it sort of began for me in at CIG, sort of 1 year ago, longer than 1 year ago. So for the Day of the Vara contest in 2024, or would it be 2023? So I made a 60-second machinima, which was this machinima, 60 seconds, but in the mouth of madness, for which I won second prize. And I don't remember who won the first one or the third one. That's where I also met Kalani, because he was also one of the participants in that. I think that was also his very first machinima. So it was a 60 seconds of, and that's already on my YouTube. It's just a 60 seconds of horror. And I never thought I will do horror, but then I wanted to develop this into a proper short. And now this has come out of that. So it's the same short. It's a poem which has evolved into this. But the more I kept working on it, I wrote the proper character briefs. It was such a fun and amazing thing to do. And this has come out. And then I found that music piece which plays in the beginning. When I found that music piece, it just became something completely different. So yeah, I will release it next week. There's just one thing which I'm struggling with, for which I will ring you tomorrow, Fat. It's a technical bit that I would like to have an opinion on it. So we'll get in touch with you. So yeah,
Sure.
I hope you guys.
By
will
tomorrow,
tune
that
in.
probably means later in the evening for me.
Sure, man. Whatever.
Yeah. Lens's tomorrow morning is evening for us.
Yeah. Which is totally fine, because I stay. I'm like, I don't go to bed till like 4 or 5 in the morning, so it's amazing I was here for this. honestly, just a miracle. So, but yeah.
Fat Bird, you on Eastern time?
Yes, Eastern time.
Okay, so Lens, if you take so Lens is 13 hours ahead of you, so you just change AM to PM and
Well,
add
it's
an
funny.
hour.
I even have an Australian clock in my
in
my
phone.
phone.
Wow.
Yeah,
me
because
too.
Rocket is also from Australia, and they help me a lot. So I'm always like, when I need their help, I'm like, well, let me look at my Australia clock. Like, what time is it for them, so I can see if they're awake or not.
Yeah, so just gonna touch upon what Aradras is saying, that he said he has seen similar, but that was the episode of Alien. That's EE Studios, really, really good machinima maker. He's one of the most consistent machinima makers. I already gave him a shout out right in the beginning, but yeah, we can give him a shout out one more time. So that was very well made, and I'm very happy. And there's very unique thing about that machinima. That is probably a machinima which has a ridiculous amount of views, which is great for the whole machinima community, because the odds are just absolutely stacked against us on YouTube right now. So yes, that's EE Studios. I don't remember the name of that episode, but yes, that's a very well done machinima. This is different. This is poem. This will go into a very different direction after they go in there. A lot of VFX and a lot of After Effects in this one are really. We'll talk about that in another stream, I suppose. Yep. But thanks for if you'll come back and watch it, that'll be very, very nice. Over to you, Fat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other fun questions, and kind of along the lines of another question I had earlier, which was, what was the most mundane shot that ended up being the most difficult? Are there any like little, sometimes even in my videos I have these little tidbits that not everyone picks up on that I'm just kind of obsessed with? Is there anything small, like, let me give you an example. Like in the beginning shot of Spirit Breaker for me, after I kill the guy, which is your character in the back of the C1.
Yeah.
When it switches to my talking shot, in the background is that body floating in space behind me. Most people won't notice it first watch. No. Some will. But do you have anything like little like that people may have overlooked in Top Hangar?
Well, literally like shout outs. Like literally like shout outs, like Kyosa still hasn't seen his, so like that kind of stuff, which is very obvious. But a lot of things like people maybe not even understand what they're talking about, because now Top Hangar is a weird thing because it's referencing Top Gear. A lot of things that Top Gear people understand and Star Citizen people don't, and it's also based in Star Citizen, so I'm doing a lot of Star Citizen referencing, which Top Gear people don't understand at all. So like Kyosa, nobody will understand what did he say, because even my circle, funny. Right? Even my circle, only my circle, us, we know Kyosa. Not everybody knows Kyosa. So, but it's a personal thing. I like to really give nods to people I like. And for example, when we introduce Bub in this episode, we go like, now we have to take the Polaris on the track and do a lap, and we need somebody very special for that. Now, some people say that he was the ATC when Mr. Trash made the jump from Stanton to Pyro. How many people will understand that reference? But the people who will understand that reference, they'll be like, oh, smart. Did you get that reference?
I don't think I picked up on that, but I do love putting like little either pop culture references or even like references to things in context of Star Citizen. It is a lot of fun when you finally do get that comment. People are like, oh my god, they pointed out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank you. So, like that effort I put into it. It's funny, I even like in the STV video, I made a reference to Morphologist in the intro.
Okay.
And it wasn't until like 8 months later someone said, oh hey, I know what that is, and I'm like, finally. I was like, someone got
it. Dude, like honestly, so yeah, we love you, Kyo. We love you, man. Even though the communication has broken down, it's because of all the complexity and busyness in the life, but you're one of the legends in the game. So so let me tell you what that is. Mr. Trash was the first person who actually did the jump in Star Citizen Wars. He was actually the first player. Right. Yeah, he was the first player who jumped to Pyro, the jump in through the jump gate. So that's what I made the joke about, that he was the ATC when Mr. Trash made the jump from Stanton to Pyro. Yep, he gave him the permission. And what was the other joke? What was the other? And he's also, and he is the one who's holding the server meshing back. Yes. So the top, yeah. So the Top Gear people will not understand any of that. What are they doing? But for the Star Citizen people, hopefully it makes sense. So that's the kind of small little things that I hope people will pick on. And even then, shout outs to you, Kalani, Abdi Johan's logo, Yanok. I put a lot of logos in there in Ben's section. That was the perfect place to do it. So those things sometimes get missed. But yeah,
it's so funny. Not to pick on any comments or anything, but there was one comment on your Top Hangar episode 2 video where it was like someone had commented like, "Oh, this reminds me of Top Gear." And like, I don't know, maybe they did that by accident. Like, what a crazy thought.
That's epic. There were some comments that are great. There's some beautiful replies. Like, I would love to do one stream where I just read those comments. Like, some of them are great. The best responses, however, were in the Top Hangar episode 1. That video has some of the best replies ever. Like, yeah, that just makes me very happy because the art lives on. I might move on from this game. I might stop doing this, but these videos will hopefully stay there. And same for you.
I don't think we're allowed to.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, but it is. Oh, so Alex never got the Mr. Trash reference, but yeah, there are a lot of layers, especially in the first Aurora MR episode where Red's Resort was my guest. There's a completely different gag running in the whole episode. I don't know if who has seen it here. So when we're doing the chat, me and Red, behind me there's a pot where there's a plant in it. So throughout the episode, throughout the interview, there are different things appearing there. Like it's stickers. It starts with stickers. Like after a while, the sticker changes. All right, Echo. See ya. I think she's left, or
she had to go.
She's left. Okay, Echo. Thank you so much for joining us. He's an amazing person, a pillar of the community, and thanks for your time, Echo. She's East Coast. So it starts with stickers like "Keep Calm." It has LTI, other stuff like that. It just goes on. There's a Nomad ship. Then there's a Jack Arson sticker like "I am Meta" or something like that. And then it evolves to Don't. It actually starts with "Don't Buy Alien," which was a joke reference to how Star Citizen would do the IAE, right? Like "Don't Buy Alien" during the Alien Week. So I actually had scribbled there on the pod, "Don't Buy Alien," and then after a few shots it would be scratched. It'll be like "Buy Alien." Then after a few shots, it will change to "Buy Drake." Like they will cut everything and somebody will rewrite. Like in the toilets we see these signs the people do. So that's what I was doing. And then then there are stickers and blah, blah, blah. So that joke is going on throughout the episode. And I think ends with "Don't put stickers here," and then somebody puts more stickers on it. So yeah, so I don't know how many people actually got that. But that was an extra layer of fun. That also happens in Top Hangar episode 2. There are stickers on the dashboard of Polaris. Did you notice that?
I noticed that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there's Armory, there's Red's Resort, and there's the third one. I don't know who. There are 3 stickers there. Yeah, I like doing stuff like that, and I hope that gets picked. Nah, that's it. But
yeah, sometimes cool stuff. I do love, yeah, doing the pop culture stuff. I mean, the whole beginning of my first, the whole beginning of Spirit Breaker was completely changed because I really wanted to do the "Call the Ambulance" meme. But
yeah, you told me about that meme and I didn't know about it.
It totally changed the entire, like the pulse wasn't even part of the script until I was like just trying to figure out what to do there. And I was like, I just need to do this meme. And it was all
Yeah.
because I was in a Discord and someone used a soundboard, and it just was like this eureka moment. I was like, wait a minute, that's a really good hook.
Yeah. You told me about it. Like, you're like, did you catch the ambulance? I was like, I don't even know about that meme, man. So, yeah. So sorry, that totally went over my head. But there you go. Some people will, because I think a lot of the people just love that. So there you go. So there's an audience for things, right? Like,
Yeah.
things just work out.
And I try to do it in a way that's like it still kind of works whether you
It's
know the
good.
reference or not.
That's good.
Because it was still just a ridiculous concept of a pulse being hidden in the hallway of the Crusader, the spirit.
Yeah, it is just. I think you were also, when you did your stream with Kalani and Enigma a few days back, you guys were showing that the pulse thingy on the video, weren't you? You were showing that in the stream.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
were doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, it completely changed the entire course of the video because that affected the first half of it because of that pulse spike, which it was fun. It was a pain in the ass.
I gotta
but
say,
it worked out.
I gotta say, because you have started, attempted to do a stream, and EE Studio has also started streaming. Zark also has started streaming. I think this is really good that you guys are doing it. I think collectively it just helps a lot with the machinima community, and I will personally say keep doing it. Don't stop.
Yeah, it was funny because like Kalani and I have talked about doing like this podcast style thing where we kind of go through the trials and tribulations of machinima making and just making it sort of a discussion. We talked about it for a while, and then once I saw EE Studios do it, I was like, oh, holy shit. That kind of lit a fire, and I sent them a message because, I did feel like I was riding their coattails a little bit on it, but obviously the greater whole of the community, I think it's fine.
It needs to be done.
But yeah, it definitely lit the fire. I was like, okay, I just got to do it. Let me do it.
I will tell you, however, and I told this to Nat as well, is that this might hurt your numbers. You need to have a look at your stats after you do the stream. Go ahead and check the stats. YouTube does really funky things with live stream stats. Because Rob will know this. We used to do this because I used to stream quite a lot on YouTube. It really hurt my numbers and my stats so bad that I just stopped streaming on YouTube completely. This is the first stream I'm doing on YouTube after a very long time. Just completely different tangent. Once you have done your stream, go into your stats. It will show you after a few hours how many hours of watch time you got from it, right? After a week or so, that number will change completely. You will lose around between 30 to 50% of your watch time. YouTube just...
Oh, I already noticed that. Within 12 hours.
Yeah, it just removes...
Within 12 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, half of it.
If you keep checking it every week, like go to the drop down and select since published, right? Select that. This number keeps changing all the time. It just keeps going down. The first time we did the stream with the knickknacks, we had 19 hours of watch time. And I was so happy that, oh, beautiful, 19 hours of watch time for one stream. 7 days later, reduced to 5 hours.
Yeah, that happened to me when I first looked at it. It was and I was pretty happy because for my first stream it was like 55 hours of watch time. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked like the next morning it was down to 19. I was like, weird.
It just
okay.
takes
and I
it
tried to
all
like
away.
rationalize it.
No.
And I was like, I wonder if if it recognized that I sort of quote unquote reused content because for that first 15-minute roll, I played the STV video and the Starlancer video. I was like, oh, I wonder if it recognized I was reusing content and discounted all those hours after like an analysis. But maybe it just happens regardless.
No, I'm telling you, it's sort of on YouTube. It starts to hurt your. I understood. Even if you watch, go have a look at Salty Mike or Space Tomato, you will see they really avoid streaming on YouTube because of the same reason. What they do is they do it on Twitch, download the video, make a video out of that, and upload that as a video. And that's the same reason why I do the Aurora MR episode as a live stream on Twitch, download it, and upload it as a video. So that's the one pitfall that you guys need to watch out for. Strongly recommend doing Twitch. strongly recommend it. It's such a cool platform. YouTube has just done it like halfway. Like me and Papa Juggernaut had a really good chat about it in the Roraima episode. But don't stop doing it. Maybe adopt Twitch a little bit if you want to, and you will see how much it makes sense to use Twitch as your main platform. Cozy Boy also did this, and then he also stopped doing it. I wonder why, but this really impacts your numbers on YouTube, because we are already struggling. At least I am, like very heavily. This really hurts. This really hurts your numbers.
My one complaint about Twitch, because I did try to dual stream it, and I haven't spent enough time doing it, because that was my first stream. I was like, you know what, I don't need to handle dual streaming. Let me just get down the routine of doing this. Because like I have to give so much credit to people who stream, because like I even struggle just to switch the scenes at the right time, and Kalani and Matta kept having to like poke and be like, hey, make sure you switch the screen so they can see what you're talking about.
Dude, don't worry.
So it's a routine. I'll get used to it.
Look at the crap I do in my streams, so I don't even have the audio working, so it's okay.
But the one thing that I blows my mind about Twitch is there's not a more convenient way to do a private stream, so you can test.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
YouTube at least lets you do it unlisted, so you don't ping all your followers, and then they see your janky like test stream.
No,
I know you can
Twitch
do in
doesn't.
the stream key. You can do a bandwidth test, but it's weird. There's no private way to stream.
No, but
I guess
the thing
to make
is,
an alt account, you could do it. But
what you will realize slowly is that Twitch is very casual. It's just anything goes. Okay, I think we will have this. We can have this conversation on our own, right? We also have a few other people here, so I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna touch upon what Kawari has said is that they're still new to the Star Citizen, but they don't get all the references. But knowing Top Gear, get the idea behind it. I've heard a few YouTubers talk about how they run a separate live stream exactly because of how, yes, it really does impact your algorithm. Now, Fatbird is actually on the rise, and so is EE Studios. Maybe they can pull it off. Maybe that's a different scenario, but for me, it just damages very, very badly. It's not what I want to do. It's exactly the same thing that happens with shorts. Like, I don't want to put shorts out because I don't want the shorts audience. I want long-form content audience. Calvary, is it the first time you're chatting? Because I don't remember reading any of your comments on my videos. But anyway, just completely a different tangent. Now, me and Fat has talking for a long time. I'm just gonna do something which I wanted to do, especially with the mistrust. I'll start with mistrust, dude. I want to hear your whole experience of being involved in the machinimas. Your honest thoughts, like the whole experience. I know I grill you guys a lot. Keep that on the side, but how has it been? Like, what's your favorite? What's the bad? Give it to us.
I haven't had much on the filming side of stuff. I'm not really that involved in that side of it, but I think because I had some like personal family stuff at the end of last year that kind of got in the way of life in general. So I don't think I'd have been involved with the shooting at all anyway. But writing the script for my speaking parts was pretty simple. I think I did have to spend maybe 6 or 7 hours watching Top Gear again because I haven't watched it for so long. But it's just watching James May like got me kind of in the right window, I would say, for the writing. And then the actual writing itself, I got to go a little bit crazy with reading and watching lore and stuff, because it was like there is a guy who does lore videos on Star Citizen, and I ended up watching a few hours of his stuff.
Astronaut?
Astropub?
Astropub?
Yeah,
Professor?
Yeah. And that was good.
Astrohistorian?
Astrohistorian. Yeah. And it was I don't think I used any references for it, but it got me into that sort of mindset of I want like the character to be in the world, as it were, as opposed to being someone playing a character. It sort of helped build a foundation, I guess, for James. But yeah, no. Once I watched a good amount of stuff, and then I'd read a few dodgy engineering wiki pages, and just got into the flow of stupid Englishmen. It was surprisingly easy to write the script, especially with like a little bit of your direction and stuff. And then, yeah, I think that it really actually came out with the with that final shot where James is rabbiting on about, was it Hurston really came together with the bespoke, what is it, structure of the outposts or whatever. I was just like, yeah, no, by that stage I was like fully in the flow of what I needed to do for writing the script. So yeah, it was cool. I do enjoy flying fast, so doing the fast laps for Star in a reasonably priced Aurora MR, and also the top hangar tracks is, I really enjoy that. I get to spend a few hours just flying around in a circle as fast as I can. I can't tell you how many times I've crashed, but it's a lot. Because I do want to get the track times vaguely in reach of anyone who doesn't race, but at the same time I want it to be unbeatable, like the Stig in Top Gear. So it's like I really enjoy doing that, and then having to fly it again slow is like, it's actually quite difficult because I've been sat there going, okay, faster, and then suddenly it's like, oh no, Lens is here now. I've just got to drift this corner nice and slow, keep the ship level and all this sort of stuff. And yeah, I really enjoy that because it's like
You kind of have
Echo
to role
was-
play flying a little bit.
Yeah, it's like Echo
For the
was saying
camera. You got to fly a
earlier.
little differently.
Yeah, very much so.
And that's the thing, is I'm the opposite. I am terrible at going fast. I will crash.
Just like me.
What I do on the daily is I most of the time I'm actually, when I'm by myself trying to fly cinematically, I roll as I bank and all this stuff. And I always want to pull nose up to keep the G forces going the right way and everything, even though it's a video game.
Yeah. Well, that's I've had a great pleasure of using your voice acting, to be honest, because it has that really amazing texture. I just like it. And I've told you
I hate my voice. I absolutely hate my voice.
I know you have made yourself clear multiple times. Also, I like your sense of humor because I've for 2 years now I've whenever we used to, I mean, now since I've started doing machinima, we don't game together at all. But before then, we used to game together a lot, and with Kano and Shiloh. What was it? Was his name Shiloh? What was his name? Shiloh. The kind of the way you guys used to have banter was like hilarious. Like if you guys just decided to stream together, that would have taken off because you guys really gelled together. And so I sort of thought, yeah, this will work really well in the verse that we're trying to create in Top Hangar. You definitely want dependable people, and that's it. Also, like I know that you're very busy in your daily life, so I'd like to not really grab you to do the shoots. And I know Rob is always there in the morning, and which works for me in his evening, my morning, and it just works so very nicely. So the shoot, and I have 3 accounts. So
day job.
So, but the same question to you, Robbo. What would you say? I would like to hear. How has your experience been with the whole machinima? I don't think you ever thought you would get this involved, right?
The first thing I helped you with was the Ninetales, from the perspective of Ninetales, and so that was a thing where I want to say, so that was when we discovered I had to go back and record my lines because whatever I was coming through bad on Discord for some reason. Anyway, no, having to write my own part, I was skeptical that I'd be able to do something. I mean, I was always good writing for school, but that's not writing a script. That's not creative writing. So I doubted I could do a decent job, although I I didn't need to have the best jokes for that, so maybe that was a good way to get my feet wet. And like Ben said, once I looked at that video, I started pausing the video and writing that, basically changing what Hammond said exactly, but inserting Star Citizen words. And once I'd written about three bits of info down, all of a sudden I shut that Top Gear video off, and and I was off to the races. And I think I came back to you like 2 hours later and had
Yeah.
this script that was way too long. It just started flowing. So that surprised me.
You
That
are
really
a
surprised me.
dream scenario for mission I'm making, honestly, because I remember even Ben, you were there when we were doing the Nine Tails video, and we actually met
Yeah,
Rob
yeah, yeah.
Rob for the first time when we were doing the Nine Tails video. Sorry, Fat, we are totally going on a tangent, but hopefully you're enjoying this conversation, bro.
No, and I was even going to ask him a question if
Yeah.
the two of you have ever been involved
Go.
in like a production in real life.
Oh
Yes.
no,
You know,
I have. Yeah.
have you?
Yeah,
well,
I used to do animation, like stop motion, 2D.
He's a
I'm doing
very good 3D
stuff now.
artist. We
Yeah.
have actually
Oh,
worked in
very cool.
real life together. I had a project which I bounced to Mistrust, and we worked together on that. Yeah. So, but
It's
okay. Yeah.
the reason I bring that up is like I always find it so fascinating that the parallels that just shooting inside Star
they're
Citizen does
very-
have to some real world
Mm.
production.
Very-
Like
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
like I've had shot lists put together, I've had call sheets,
Same.
people
Yeah.
who were literally like essentially craft services, or people who were like, you know, the prop manager, you know, because Star Citizen just gives us the tools to like do this, and it requires that much effort to pull it off. So it's cool to see that parallel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
a lot of it translates over, and it's I'd even say it's very useful to know, because there's a lot of stuff you won't use just because it's in a game environment, and things are a lot more I don't know the word for it. I guess random would be a simple word to use there, but yeah, it's a lot of it translates over. I think you could even go crazy and try and do a storyboard if you wanted to, but I'm not sure how easy it would be to get that over to an actual game environment, because of especially Star Citizen, where everything you just suddenly a ship will just bounce off the floor or whatever, and you're like, okay, right, yeah, sure.
well, I wonder. I feel like in Star Citizen, where storyboards aren't really as necessary,
exactly.
because Lens has the shots planned out ahead of time, and the deal is you don't need a storyboard to show to your actors, because your actors already know the set, because we also play the game.
Yep.
The game is the set.
That's it.
So yeah,
Right.
the
It's
game
good
is
to
the
have-
game, the
it's
game
good
is
to
the props.
have
Yeah.
responsible and understanding people. That's all I'm gonna say. What I was touching upon previously was that Rob is a dream scenario, because the day we rolled up for, which was my first group shoot, I had never done, because before Nine Tails video, I always was just me, Sama, and the two of us did everything together, and that was the shoot where I needed more people for the shoot, and that's where we met everybody. I didn't even think of this. That was absolutely noob of me. We went there. Rob came with his ship full of drinks, food, all Nine Tails clothes. I didn't ask him to do that. I didn't ask him to. Fat, do you understand? I did not ask him to do this. I didn't even think of that. I had a few. I had some Nine Tail clothes. I thought that that's enough for everybody. But he, without even asking, he had everything in separate container boxes ready to go. And I knew it.
Yeah,
I want that guy. This is the guy. This is
I
it.
had the 12 SCU bay underneath my 315P.
Yep. Your
full of 12 boxes,
your blue one.
and each box was multiples of a different specific Nine Tails NPC armor that I had
Yep.
farmed.
He had everything.
In the days leading up.
He even took
Oh, cool,
screenshots
man.
and made JPEGs of which Ninetail wears, which Ninetail cloth goes which cloth. I was like, okay, this is beautiful what he's doing. And then I like his voice texture, because he comes off as one of the red and blue guys, like totally a goofy one. He's got
Yeah.
that voice, right? Because Kaveri in the
In a
chat,
nice way. In a nice way.
yeah, in a nice way. Kaveri in the chat said, like, has anybody ever told Rob that he sounds like Jeff Dunham? Like, I don't know.
And that's the funny thing. Even listening to my own voice played back, I can't hear it at all. But again,
Yeah,
nobody
no,
can
I
hear their
don't-
own voice. Nobody
yeah.
nobody can actually hear their own voice for
Yeah.
real.
Okay, Sim, I got your message. We will be wrapping up very soon because, I think we've gone very long. But I'm just going to finish this train of thought. Another great thing with Robo is that he's very happy to help out with the shoots. He's right there at the moment's notice. If he's available, he just do it. The lines I give him, within a couple of hours, he's done them, and at maximum, he'll take a couple of days. It's just so good to have that reliability that just comes out. And I struggled that a little bit with Mistrust because I know his work situation is really stuck. So I reach out to Mistrust right at the time where I know, okay, this needs to be done. Let's do it now. And then I just go hard at him. But it is a really good working scenario. The beautiful thing that we have now been able to do, which is priceless, is like for the news section, when the three characters are together, it's very easy. I think we didn't even do retakes. Like we just did a dry run, take, done.
We paused for a moment for I think me to say one line differently, and that was it. At the end,
it is so good to
and
have
then I just
that.
chopped it in before I sent it to you. Yeah.
Yep. And also Robo is a sound engineer, so he can also do a lot of sound things, like because Ben's mic was really bad. He fixed all the audio. That was very nice. But I really like that this is cool. You know, that three of us are just good now. Okay, we can keep moving forward with this. It's not so hard anymore. I know there's reliability. So yeah, I will have your final thoughts now, Fat. And then I think we will close the stream, bro.
Yeah, no, this was great. This was fun talking to him. It was fun kind of diving into Top Hangar because again, sometimes I'm so invested in my own things. I don't get to check in on what's going on under the hood with others. So it's cool to kind of share how we do things and do things differently or do them similar and the same issues we run into and deal with and overcome. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, Fat. Dude, thanks for just agreeing to do this on a moment's notice and being exploited to become the host at the moment's notice as well, because I knew I could do that with you. And definitely, dude, the support. We all machinima makers, we need to stick together. We are competitors in a way. Yes, we are fighting for the screen time of the viewers. But you know it, and everybody in the machinima industry knows that the odds are absolutely against us as compared to the informational content creators. If we don't stick together and don't send traffic to each other, maybe one or two of us will survive. The rest will just disappear, because YouTube algorithm doesn't care what we're trying to do. So thanks for being cool with that. I wanted Kalani to be here as well, but the time zone, as you said, was just not going to work, and he told me so. Yeah, let's please keep doing this, keep doing streaming, but be very, very careful about the watch time. Definitely 100% recommend adopting Twitch if you can. And I will say let's keep building together, because that's the chances of success are higher in that scenario, basically. So that's what I would say.
For sure.
Your last thoughts, Robbo and Mistrust?
I don't really have much other than it was a pleasure meeting Fatbird. Really a big fan of your stuff, man.
Yeah. Likewise,
really
thank
loved
you.
The STV episode, man. It was brilliant.
Thank you, everybody in the
Awesome,
chat. And also, my last thank you to Sim. He was there as a moderator, and he's a big one of the another dudes I'm very happy to have in my corner. Very, very reliable dude. Sim, thank you for being there, mate, and for everything you do for us.
Sorry about the C2, man. I didn't mean to drive into the back of it so fast.
Oh my God, the day.
It's all lies. On purpose. I saw you. He said it's too shiny. Die.
Die. Yeah, we will be back next week with the Star Citizen D&D. And Fat, this is open invitation to you. If you're into D&D, if you ever want to join us as a guest for one of the episodes, the doors are open, mate. You just gotta let us know. Yeah, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna play D&D for you. Be warned, maybe 3 or 4 people will watch it. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've always wanted to get into D&D. I never have, and Kalani's been bugging me too. If you want someone to do D&D, Kalani is
I'm
big
gonna
into
grab
that.
Kalani
So
then. I'm gonna
yeah,
but the time is not gonna work because this is the time we do it. So
yeah.
okay, and now the last and most important thanks, of course, to Alex. Thanks for, he's gone now, but I have to say, but most importantly, everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Kaveri. You kept the YouTube chat alive, you and Alex. Kiyosa,
Yeah, woo.
thanks for jumping in, mate. Really, really appreciate your support. Sim, Dark, Demon Wolf, Echo Eyes, because he's going to sleep. Everybody who jumped into the chat on YouTube and on Twitch. Thanks to Croncy for rating us. Sim, can you just give a shout out to Croncy again, if you can? And Kyosa's still here with us. Yeah, man. Kyosa, you can join us in the Star Citizen D&D if you want to. Oh my god, you will be nuts. You will be crazy in the Star Citizen D&D. Can you imagine the crazy fun we will have if Kyosa joins us? 10 Pathy is still here. 10, if you're interested still in Top Hangar t-shirt, and if you're happy to pay a little bit of the price bit, I'm happy to give you the t-shirt anyway. So get in touch. You are already in touch with me on Discord. I will be very happy to give to you. Kyosa, I'm going to get in touch with you then the next weekend, maybe Saturday. Join us for a guest session. It's ridiculous. It's so much better than you can even think of. It's crazy good the way Sim does it. He's a very evil dungeon master, though.
Yeah, be prepared
best
for
kind.
Lenz's son to have an unhealthy obsession with socks.
Frodo Sockings. Yeah. We do have fun in that. Because Robo is also one of the players in that D&D. Echo Bit, thanks for joining us. You were amazing. Rodorus, Dr. Fish was with us. Viticus was with us. How many? Hub joined in. Shampasta. Everybody from Croncy's stream. Thank you, everyone, for the great time. Herb is still here. Thank you, Herb. Thanks for joining me. There's something very cool I'm doing with Herbie, which we'll reveal in time. The problem with me is I'm doing 6 things at the same time, and some things takes precedence. I'm also supposed to create a ship artwork for the Crux Cup, which I'm going to do next week. In the end, because you are the host, Fat, I will let you close.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining Top Hangar today. It was a pleasure to go over all the machinima making, and we'll see you on the next one.
And that's it. And now we go offline. Thank you, guys. Good night.